There we go. There we go. Didn't find the button to unmute myself. Hello, hello. Good evening. How are we doing tonight? So thank you for the pet. Yes, I am definitely a pro gamer. I will keep showing you how much of a pro gamer I am. A problem. That's what I am, exactly. Hi. How are we doing on this fine Sunday night? I'm tired for no reason. What's an energy? Aww. Maybe I'll give you more energy. Woo! Not a pro talk, it seems, nah. I was desperately trying to finish my dailies in in Earths. And I got killed right. Like the game was going really well, and I was like, what do you mean? Why is the game going really well when I don't even plan on winning? I just want to get my dailies done. I have a stream to get to. Ah! Get pizza soon. Ooh, nice. I hit some nice fresh bread rolls. Oops, isn't this point I'm too scared to ask? I like to call it the Fortnite LOL clone. Well, it's not a clone, but it's like, it's a battle royale. And you are on a map and you have to build your equipment, and time after time different parts of the map get they close in, they get closed off. You're being a pro Fortnite gamer, exactly. I'm not a big battle royale gamer, but oops, I just as it always is with me, if it has a nice art style, I will check it out, even if it's a battle royale. Turns out it has a very nice art style, so of course I checked it out. And I'm trying to get more people into playing it. Oh, wait. My glasses are not where they should be. Don't do that. You're supposed to be on my nose. No. On my nose. Well, that is also my nose. That's not what I usually are, but I guess I'll take it. Okay. I'm about to throw hands with a goddess. I hope, at least. Rematch the tutorial. Ah! I never... Oh, god fucking damn it. I never read the skills. Not gonna lie. I never read the skills. I just go... What is going on today? Are we good now? I just go into a match, play a character I don't fucking know anything of. There we go. I don't know anything about, and then I hope for the best. Wata, she says. Yes, you exist. Alright. We're the only surviving members now. We also both kind of plan on surviving until the end. We have a funny book that Rinke is refusing to read because of fucking finals. Finals are over now, right? So it's time to read a book. And arduous 5 days of exams finally come to an end. The time spent at school was short due to each day being limited to 2 subjects, but that didn't make it any less grueling. Miharu and Naomi made sure to drag me to the library every single day too. The risk of me not studying was just too great. Sure, I started late, but I definitely didn't spend any less time studying than anyone else. In fact, I'm feeling pretty good about the results this time around. The price I pay in return was a dear one, however, leading me to sprawl out over my desk the moment I had my last exam in. Federico went out with those legendary lines, yeah. Federico was a trip. From beginning until the end of the game, not gonna lie. All we've left for today's homerooms, and I've got to wait for the teacher to arrive. I sense Mao approaching. She's probably noticed that I look like I'm dying. I am. Well, you're an honor student. Well, not a... Well, yeah, obviously. If she's on a scholarship, she's also an honor student. Wouldn't make sense otherwise. How would she keep your scholarship? Eh? That's mean. The first half of my first year went well enough thanks to what I learned while studying for entrance exams, but it's been downhill ever since. I can't even offer Mao a witty comeback when even she's been outdoing me. What did I even do with my time? It's not like I had to store to worry about or anything.
まあでも今回リータンが頑張ってたのはだから休ませてそれは無理ねえミハルああ今日の放課後は4人でカラオケに行くらしいからね
Oh, we are?
4人ってことはナオミもそうだよ明日はもうお店を開けちゃうんだ
Well, she's right. We're opening the store tomorrow, so we gotta go crazy tonight. I guess.
文化祭の時に行けなかったからねリベンジだよ
Alright. The culture festival. Alright, we couldn't go due to Naomi getting injured from the accident that happened back then. That's how the events were rewritten. Mao had something planned for the week after as well, but nothing came from it in the end. This might just be the best time to cut loose then, but I'm still exhausted.
休ませて凛花の気が抜けないように内緒にしておいたんだ僕としては凛花の意思を尊重したいけれどまずはマオを説得することだねそっちの方が疲れるかな
Go sleep in the karaoke booth. Oh well. Talking Mao down when she's wearing to parties too much of a hassle. It's been a while, so I guess I'll have fun. Hell yeah! Do we get a CG? No, but we get the fucking train.
喉カラカラ
No, we don't even get them actually partying. We only get the aftermath.
私もですマオ先輩元気すぎ
Damn.
いや今日のために昨日は早く寝たからね
Says the one who always pulls all-nighters. Reading.
でもちゃんと勉強もしたのだ
You love the train, yeah. It's my favorite friend.
どうだかね
We end up staying at the karaoke place until 7, which is when free time ends. After grabbing some food, we make our way to the nearest station. I haven't gone all out like this in a while.
でも
Trains or karaoke, no!
そうだね
I whispered it to myself, but even so, Miharu chimes in as if to say she heard me. Mao went wild even when she wasn't singing. Naomi actually had a pretty good voice when she overcame her shyness. Meanwhile, Miharu outright refused to sing. My voice was completely forgettable, but for some reason Miharu kept taking pictures and videos of me. She tried to be sneaky about it, but it was hard not to notice. At least I know the reason why. Miharu approaches and tugs ever so lightly on my left sleeve. Mao takes immediate notice and grabs Naomi by the arm.
ナオリンうちお店にスマホ忘れちゃったかも
Mao!
あれさっき使ってませんでしたっけ気のせいじゃないってことでナオリンついてきてリータンとミハルンは先帰って
Hey, may I have your number? Oh, I obviously texting. Oh, I don't have a phone.
ついていきますから引っ張らないでください
Despite the police, Mao drags Naomi back along the path we were just walking. It's just Miharu and me at the station. There's no need to wonder why either.
とりあえず場所を移動しないかい
Sure.
それなら前と同じ
How about Tokyo
東
Tower?
京タワーのところへ行こ
Where's Mike? He would love our good friend Tokyo Tower. The park where we first met might have been more appropriate, but it's closed at this hour. Both of us figured that we should avoid Lionhouse too. That's why it feels right to go back to where she confessed. Oh, do I give her an answer? Do I get to give her an answer? We don't say anything on our way there. We just stand side by side, taking in the sounds of the train carrying us to our destination. It gives me time to sort my thoughts out. I'm aware that I've made her wait for far too long. 2 whole weeks and 4 days. That's how long I've put it off. That's almost 3 weeks. Her decision to not rush me for an answer also means she's had to spend all time worrying about it. I have an obligation to answer her now. Maybe that's not the right way to put it. I just need to be honest with her about how I feel at this moment. That's why I spend most of her journey thinking about my answer. Well, I've already settled on the answer itself. I just gotta figure out the right way to tell her. Oh god. Our silence continues until we reach our destination. Tokyo Tower really is lovely when it's all lit up. It feels like a different experience in summer compared to spring. I'm not quite sure how to kick the conversation off with Miharu. I decide to just roll with the first thing that comes to mind.
まずごめん
Hey, it's a... There you are. There you are. I was just saying, yo, you're going to love this.
構わないよ。時間がかかることは真央から聞いていたし、女神の選定や
Oh god.
期末試験という問題も。
Okay, before I ruin the entire atmosphere here, you guys know those sour gummy bear? Wait, they're not called gummy bears in English, are they? Well, sweets, obviously. The really sour ones. I'm eating some of those right now. Sour worms. Yeah, it's not worms, but I guess that's the closest thing to them. They're just straight cut pieces, and they cling, they stick to your teeth. It's horrible, but they taste so good.
ちょっと少しそれなりにじっくり考えさせてとあの日君は言った。だから僕は
did you just imitate me? Seems like she remembers exactly what I told her. Hearing it repeated like that is embarrassing.
僕の方からも先に言っておくべきことがある。
Oh?
今日遊びに行った後に僕たちを二人きりにするということは真央の提案なんだ。それはなんとなく。
Mao playing Cupid. That's nice of her, though.
返事が聞きたいと思った僕の気持ちは。
I like that the music is going the very... Oh god, something big is about to go down route, even though we're just standing there. Miharu tucking my sleeve was her way of saying this is something she sincerely wanted. She must have been overwhelmed with emotions when she did so. Worry, hope, anxiety. Now I better understand all that she's been going through compared to before.
そしてもう一つ先に言うべきことがある。
Mm-hmm.
もちろん。
Sure, we have time. We have like 3 hours.
すでに所持している死因のカードのこと。
Oh. Oh, the closest to having normal social skills in me, and true that.
知ってほしいんだ。
If epic music, we will use it. Yes! We will talk about suicide, I guess.
この後に及んで隠し事をしたまま返事を求めるのは自分でずるいと思ったんだ。
Okay.
僕の最も醜いところを知った上で決めてほしい。僕の告白を受け入れるかどうか。僕と付き合うかどうかを。
You're not a horrible person because you tried to kill yourself. If that's why she's calling herself horrible, then I'm gonna have to politely say that's
私
wrong.
も先に一つ言わせて。美晴が醜いと思っていることが。
There's many horrible people in the world,
私は
but
そうは思わない。
that's not a reason someone would be horrible.
嫌いになることもないし、拒絶することもないし、軽蔑することもない。そんなこと。
I feel like if I'd known this as well, it is a death game, I guess, but on the other hand, this is not usually the reason someone dies in a death game. Because I saw someone once use trigger warnings for all the stuff in Danganronpa, and I never once thought about using trigger warnings for that game, but technically there's a bunch of fucked up shit in there. So I'm thinking, should I use like... Should I put a trigger warning here somewhere? Like, oh, talks about suicide and self-harm? Miharu nods in response. I feel that this goes without saying between us nowadays. If Miharu is willing to open up, then she will. All I need to do is listen. Another CG!
君に僕の昔の話をしたとき、アメチャに入ってから君に出会う話をほとんど省略していたと思う。その
We're getting closer to the end, so we're finally getting CGs. How to do when you haven't played the game yourself? Yeah, I guess.
この話はあくまで加害者側の話。被害者の人生を奪ってしまったことに擁護のしようはなく、被害者の家族にどれだけ恨まれようが仕方ない。
Huh?
君も知っている通り、僕は自分の母親が嫌いであり、
Ah, yes, horrible
尊敬
parents
でき
in
る
video
人では
games.
ないと思っている。
You know, the usual.
昔からそうだったわけではない。
Miharu tells me about her mother's past. This must be crucial in understanding her frame of mind.
けれども僕は加害者の側に生まれた人間だ。加害者にだって
Can you please talk with normal words and not perpetrators and victims, because I'm having a hard time following who you are. She prefaces her story with this. It's not the first time I've heard about how her father took someone's life in an accident. She told me about it way back when at the park too. He may have been responsible, but it doesn't mean he felt nothing over it. I'm sure his wife felt the same pain he did.
僕の父親、自分の夫が事故を起こしても離婚せず、過ちを共に背負い、母親はもう一度人生をやり直すために努力をした。
She pauses for a moment before
し
continuing.
かし、母親は変わってしまった。きっかけはおそらく父親の自殺。もともといろんな感情を押し殺してきた母親のことだ。
Though I did forget, how did her father it was an accident, right? A car accident or something?
一番の原因は悲しみ以上にきっと裏切られたという喪失感だ。自分の人生を捧げてでも犯罪者になってしまった夫を支えようと決意したにもかかわらず、当の本人は人生を投げた。自分の起こした行動の結果に対する責任を、これから待ち受ける罪との戦いの日々を捨てた。一方で僕の母親は父親の罪から解放されもしたんだ。
Living with the consequences of your actions can be a hard thing to do. Miharu's mother began looking for a new partner. Eventually, she fell for a younger man at her workplace. Miharu made it a point to say that her mother was pretty beyond doubt. She looked young despite both her age and everything she'd been through. Yo! Thank you so much for the biddies! Hi! How are you? It made sense for her to enter a relationship with someone younger.
僕も一度その男性に紹介されたことがある。彼は子持ちの母親のことも受け入れ、間もなく婚約というところまで来ていた。
Same, that's
こ
good.
の時僕の母親はいつも上機嫌だった。夕食はよく僕の好物を作ってくれたし、出かける時に服を並べて選ぶ姿はまるで少女のように幸せそうだった。
Okay.
決して裕福とは言えない家計を切り詰めて、僕におしゃれもさ
Oh,
せてく
so
れてい
there's a
た。
slight change in the CG.
僕は自分の家が裕福でないことを分かっているからこそ必死で勉強し、進学校であるアメ茶に小学生として
I wonder what changed then if she was so happy with the young man.
母親も僕が大学へ行く頃には再婚して数年が経ち、家計も安定しているだろうと見通しを立てていた。
The Mishima family had a bright future ahead. Her mother never neglected her parental duties, not even while indulging in her newfound
け
love.
れど彼女は再び裏切られることになる。
God damn it. Apparently, the man told her that they should break up, despite him having given her an engagement
8
ring.
月だったと思う。
Are you kidding me?
その男の職場に新卒で入社してきた女性社員と恋に落ちてしまったと。
Right. Their relationship had been going on for over a year at this point. One couldn't easily regain the feelings they'd lost.
これが僕の母親にとって人生で最後のイベントと言っていい。
Wow, but they're getting engaged after just a year of dating?
僕の母親はおそらく惰性で生きているだけさ。つまり母親が変わってしまったのはこの瞬間。生活は荒れ、食事を作らなくなった。僕の好物も忘れ、誕生日も忘れた。
I'm not sure if neglect is the right word for this, but it's the first that comes to mind. It's basically a type of child abuse that involves not giving them proper care
口
they
を開
need.
けばその女性の愚痴ばかりになり、家で酒を飲むようにもなった。
Ooh, she started
派遣社
drinking.
員として働いていたとはいえ、自分のための必要最低限の家事しかしなかった。人間というのは変化に心を動かされる。これまでの僕と母親の関係が良好であった分、僕がリストカットをするようになったのはこの時期であり、この時期が最も自らを傷つけた。
Okay.
僕を見てほしかった。好きなものを買ってもらえなくても、家事をやってもらえなくてもいいから、せめて誕生日にはおめでとうの一言くらいは欲しかった。そして同時に母親の怒りの矛先は男性ではなく彼を奪った女性に向いていたことが
True
当時
though.
は僕には疑問だった。
Wouldn't she have to direct her anger at the guy?
その女性が彼を誘惑したのかもしれない。けれど最終的に心変わりし、母親を裏切ったのは男性の方だ。母親を被害者とするならば、加害者は男性で叱るべきだろうと思っていた。巻き込まれた側の女性を敵視し、自分の娘の聞こえるところで聞くに耐えない言葉を言うなんて、軽蔑の気持ちもあったかもしれない。
She could do little else but bottle up the stress caused by both her mother's neglect and the resentment she felt.
手首を切っても承認されない。もっと傷つけばいい。その負の連鎖は中学1年生の冬。
Not to ruin the movie, but left us done for now. That's good though. You're not ruining the movie, don't worry.
幼い頃に君と出会った経験が僕の支柱であったのだけれど、このおよそ半年間過不可な状態だった。そして中学2年生の時のクラス替えで僕は真央に出会った。
Oh! They actually know each other.
僕にとって
They've known each other
一つ
for
の
a
転
little
換
while
点だっ
longer.
た。
That's nice. Apparently, Mao was keeping her distance from her classmates as well, albeit for different reasons. She hated the groupthink amongst the girls in her class, stuff like the decision to ignore people if they didn't join in on bullying others. Nowadays, that's not an issue since she can brush off anything she doesn't support, but that wasn't the case back then. That's why she kept the distance instead. It was so she wouldn't get forced into doing anything she didn't want to.
当時、真央は他人との距離の取り方が下手だった。もっとも、僕はそれ以上に他人との付き合いが下手だったのだけどね。
Mao showed no effort to avoid Miharu after learning about her self-harm habits, nor did she get angry and try to lecture her about it. She didn't even try to understand the reasoning behind it. According to Miharu, that was exactly what she needed.
真央は僕に母親だからといって好きでなくてもいいことを教えてくれた。嫌いになってもいいと。
Mao's right.
それは真央らしいね。
Just because it's family doesn't mean you have to love them. Miharu nods quickly.
僕はやっと母親のことが嫌いになれた。母親の行動を客観的に見つめ、
I'm surprised.
少なくとも現状は
I'm surprised
尊
because
敬できる大人ではないと認めるこ
I
とが
said
で
this
きたんだ。
before, but Japanese games, especially the VNs, they have the worst parents sometimes, and then in the end they still go, but it's your family! I'm glad that this game, that they actually wrote in this game that just because it's your family doesn't mean you have to love them. It's fine whether you love or hate someone. It's fine to switch from one to the other too. In the end, it's all a personal choice you make yourself. I can see Mao saying something like that.
それでも僕は時々耐えられなくなり、手首を切ってしまった。
Oh. The frequency at which she did so dropped dramatically, however. Now she was no longer for peace of mind.
高校に上がり、君と出会う。君に恋してからの1年間は省略させてもらうよ。
She briefly explains that her self-harm actions had stopped around the time. The scars from before would never go away though. That's why she started to wear clothes with long sleeve even in the heat of summer. Ah, classic.
2年生になって羊さんが
It
現れ
was a great scene to read from Mother's Day! Right! It was another turning point for her. I started to spend a lot more time with Naomi after we met. Now that I think about it, it's impressive how close we got in such a short time. 1 month in and I already wanted to go to a theme park with her. It was completely normal from most people's perspective, I guess. Just another facet of one's daily life. Miharu couldn't see it that way though.
君の隣には常に僕がいたんだ。
Yeah, she has like kind of unhealthy obsession with us. I'm not gonna lie.
真央は僕の気持ちを知っていたからいつも一歩引いて。
Listen, you can't force your friends.
けれど
Ah.
羊さんは違っただろう。
I said this before. You cannot force your friends to act in a specific way just because you want to hang with someone. That's not healthy. That is not healthy!
単純に言えば、君が羊さんと過ごす時間と同じ量。
Linka is allowed to spend time with whoever she wants. You could have talked this out and say, hey, I feel like you've been spending more time with Naomi than me lately. Could we spend time together? Could you spend more time with me? And not, oh, I hate Naomi. Miharu makes it as clear as day. I don't blame myself because I don't really agree with the idea of having to spend an equal amount of time with everyone. Nor can I blame Miharu for her perspective either. Not when I understand where she's coming from now.
ある日、女神が夢の中でこれからの運命を僕に告げた。
は？
女神パルカがどういうこと？
So in a different timeline, we would have started dating Naomi? What?
その日、夢を見た。あれは僕の不安が現れた夢だったのか。パルカが見せた可能性の世界の一つだったのか。リンカと羊さんが付き合っている夢を見たんだ。私とナオミが？
My mind goes blank for a moment. First she mentions Parker, then I dream about me and Naomi are in a relationship. I don't know where the possibility came from, but it's certainly not one based in reality. I'd rather not interrupt Miharu, so make sure to withhold my commentary for now.
この夢を見たのが5月2日と3日の間。因果の時。
I see. I could fully imagine that Parker's just fucking with Miharu. Same though. I don't trust that little.
ミハルや私たちが命を落とした日。
I don't trust her.
ただ、はっきりと言っておく。僕の自殺のきっかけは、君たちが付き合っている夢を見たことではない。
That is a very...
君が幸せであるなら、
Okay.
僕はいずれ乗り越えることができる。
She makes sure to tell me that she'll be fine no matter how I respond to her confession. She won't resort to suicide even if I say no. That's how she felt following the dream too. The issue was with the emotions that the dream gave birth to.
僕は羊ナオミに怒り、彼女を恨み、彼女を憎んだ。そして僕は理解した。男性に別れを告げられた時、母親の怒りの
I'm guessing you don't like understanding your mother now that you told yourself you would hate her.
僕と母親は血がつながっている。
Ah, yeah.
僕が嫌いになった母親は僕の未来の可能性の一つなんだと。僕は僕を否定した。だから死にたくなった。
This was different from when she was slitting her wrists. She didn't want anyone to notice her in this situation.
自分がこの世界に存在しているのが嫌になったんだ。
That's an emotion I simply can't understand. We're fundamentally different people after all, and it's not limited to just Miharu and myself. Not being able to understand parts of one another is what makes us all unique.
今はどう思っているの？それはある意味では女神の選定に助けられた。
I mean, normally people don't really live to tell the tale of how they felt when they tried to kill themselves. Her hate was so strong that it even applied to herself. She was able to denounce that side of her and find the will to bring her own life to an end. Those actions gave her some form of hope, it seems.
自殺という自制心を持っているのだから生きていいと僕は自分を許すことができた。
God, this is a heavy talk for a Sunday evening, not gonna lie. That's why she was determined to survive divine selection until I appeared in the court of fate. She made sure to stress that.
さて、ここまでが海老名美春という人間が死に至るまでの物語。ここまで聞いてもらった上で。
She turns and faces me once again. Telling me all that may have required even more courage than her confession. She didn't sugarcoat the horrible things she thought about Naomi. She knows how much I love everyone in our group too. That's why she probably didn't want to accept her feelings toward Naomi. Doing so would lead to her not being able to spend time with me. Besides, she didn't actually despise Naomi. Her envy stemmed from the fact that I had been spending more time with her. I get why she didn't want me to make a decision until I heard this. It just proves how much she loves me. She's serious about this. Put her on the spot. And because she's so serious, I need to be serious and ask this too.
女神の器っていうのはあくまで一人で生き残るのは一人だけってミハルは言ったけど。
Our old problem.
なんだっていいから可能性があるなら それにかけたい。
Lena's diary and an outcome where we are unable to elect one another are both parts of my belief. I want to fight back as much as possible.
美晴はそのことに対してどう思ってるの？
She casts her eyes to the ground to show that she's thinking. It's not out of hesitation. She wants to be confident in her response. I don't want an answer based on logic. I want one based on her feelings. She probably understands that.
やはり僕の一番は君に生きてほしいということだ。僕自身正直に言ってくれてありがとう。
She responds in kind to my trust in her. She should know the answer I'm hoping for. I've changed my mind. Let's look for a way to survive together. That isn't the answer she gives. It kind of makes me want to shout at her, much like I did when she first said it at the start of Divine Selection. The resolution is the same now as it was back then. It's somewhat relieving though. She's still the same person I've always known.
じゃあ改めるね。
Oh. My nerves get the better of me once it's time to answer. I can feel my heart ready to explode. Miharu's face may even be more flushed than mine. Even I'm beginning to wonder how he remained so calm until now. It's only natural to be nervous. There's no doubt something that'll change both of our lives. I save! Oh, I actually need a second page for all my saves. Damn. So the funny thing here is we have to put it off if we want to get to the true ending. Which I think is a very shitty thing to do, to put it off again. She's already been waiting for 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks. But apparently that's what we have to do to get to the true end. And I say we go see the true end before we see any other endings. Right? That makes sense. So, I'm sorry, Miharu, you have to wait again.
返事はまだできない。なんだって？
There's an explanation for this. Miharu's eyes open wide before she freezes up completely.
今夜に返事をしたら、それがどっちでも、美晴はきっと満足する。
Oh, okay.
チューブラリンな今の状況なら、美晴だって行きたいって思う。返事は必ず。
Oh, Rinka, that's low.
だから守らせて。
That's low.
君はずるいな。
There's 3 true endings.
そんなこと言って、まだ考えがまと
Well,
まってい
we're
ない
going to see all of them. I'm just going to go in the order it says here. Because the one it says here is called True End in this thingy, so I'm just gonna go with this one first. There's a Miharu end, there's an unhappy end, and also there's a bunch of bad endings, and we're going to go do all of them. So let's see what this one is like first. The Might Games.
実はそれも。
Haha! I'm forcing you to stay alive so you can find out if I would like to date you or not.
美晴のことが大切すぎて、ちゃんと二人が生き残る方法を見つけない
Big
と
brain.
落ち着いてなんて
Big brain
考えられない。でもね、美晴が真央に頼んでまで結論を出したい。
Ah, God, this stupid fucking arm. I'm gonna rip it
返
out.
事を聞きたかったから。
Sorry. Violent thoughts.
そして満足して私に指名されるつもりだった。
Are you okay? Yeah.
私からの指名を
I just tried to sit a little differently and it made that weird sound it always does.
嘘をついて。
It doesn't actually hurt, it's just a weird sound and I'm not quite sure why. She pulls her eyes away from me. I notice the truth after asking how she felt earlier. Her love for me means she'll do whatever she can to make sure I survive.
悪いけど、いくら美晴だって許さない。死ぬなんて絶対許さない。僕のこと嫌い
No, we literally just told you.
なるわけない。美晴こそ結局私が優柔不断な
Why
の
would
が
I
バレちゃっ
hate
たわけ
you?
だし。
We told you before this entire thing. Just getting old a bit earlier. Sorry, it's a depression.
正直に言うと リンカからあの質問があった時点で
Yeah, Rinka's kind of obvious, not gonna lie.
もっともリンカを嫌いになるなんてありえない。困ったり迷ったりするリンカも好きだ。
Ew. Ew, ew, ew. This Coke is warm. Ew, 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 ew. Blah. Oh boy, she's making me all hot and bothered. Like, oh!
わかったから。取引みたいで気分良くないかもしれ
Listen,
ないけど。
you guys and your little lovers, whatever exactly that is all nice and well, but I want to fight a goddess!
女神の選定が終わったらちゃんと返事をする。
We have 2 more elections
だからそれまで
technically.
生きる方法
But if we both elect one another right now, or like tomorrow, I guess, or Sunday, I don't know what in-game days it is right now, Friday or Saturday, then we can't elect. So what happens then?
リンカも
I feel like hornball was the right word. Yeah.
このまま死んだら化け
It's
て
not
出てしまう
really
ね。
fitting.
リンカから返事を聞けるよ。
It's like
Boku
uncomfortable is
no
also the
futari
wrong
yo.
word, but like squirmish.
Takugo
Squirmish.
kimeru yo.
She's making you squirmish because she's like, I don't know how to handle this when she tells her that she loves Rinka. I'm not the only one who's changed. Flustered. Yes, thank you. We had just changed a bit
た
right
だ
now.
一つだけ確認させてほしい。先延ばしにしているだけではなく、
Absolutely.
僕にもちゃんと可能性は
Yes.
あるのかな。
Yes, absolutely.
私は恋愛したことがない。
Yes.
ただよくわからないだけで。どっちの可能性もある。
Yes.
どっちつかずの状態で偉そうなこと言って。ごめんね。構わないよ。もともと付き合おうが振られようが決着をつけるためだったんだ。だから。
She brushes her hand through her hair before smiling. The light from Tokyo Tower reflects off her. She's so cute. Not only that, but she's smart and capable as well. She can be a bit mean sometimes, but she's always thinking of her friends. She makes it seem like life is so easy, but in reality she works hard to make it so. It's tough to take all that into consideration and tell her that she has no chance. If I'm being honest, I'm still not too sure. I really am the worst. Anyone else would have ditched me by now. Following that, we make our way back home. We have to walk back to the station together, but that's fine. Being together doesn't feel awkward tonight. BRB pizza is ready. Okay, enjoy! I get ready for bed once back home. Way too much has happened today. First I finished my finals, then Mao dragged us all out, and then I had to finally give Miharu an answer. Well, technically I didn't, but we reached a conclusion for now at least. I really should sleep for now. The store will be open for the first time in a while tomorrow, so I need to get up early. There's a lot to be done. I've messaged my grand as well, so all that's left is to shut my eyes. It's fortunate that the next election isn't the last. We'll still have a week to work things out if nothing comes from this one. As much as I want to finish the diary, I'm better off getting some rest. Read the fucking book! I swear to God, if she doesn't read that stupid book soon... What's the reading? Well... I drag myself out of bed and stretch. I'm opening up the store for the first time in a while today. There are a lot of preparations to make, so the store's only going to be open from 9 AM to 4 PM. Once ready to face the day, I make my way downstairs. I sit down for a breather after the day's work is done. Shifting back into work mode is a pretty exhausting process after spending so many days with my head in the books. At least working here really is fun. Plenty of regulars stop in since it's Saturday too. It isn't busy in the afternoon thanks to the limited food menu, but it gets pretty packed toward the evening. Easily the busiest day since I first took over the store. The door chime rings while I'm relaxing. It's a customer I'm oh so familiar with. No.
ナオミなら気にしなくていいよ。すみません。
Hi! Hello! How are you? I have Naomi take a seat at our usual table and then head into the kitchen to brew us some coffee. Once it's ready, I sit down with her.
はい。
Oh, on the house coffee. Ooh.
ありがとうございます。先輩、ご機嫌ですね。そう？やっと期末試験が終わってお店を開けられたからかな。実は今日クッキーを焼いてきたんです。
I had strawberry cake earlier today. Very good.
ありがとう。
Self-made strawberry cake.
このクッキー好きなんだ。
I can tell they're the same ones that she brought once before. The bag's tied shut with a nice red ribbon, my favorite color. We spent some time chatting while enjoying both our offerings.
そういえば先輩、昨日のあの後。
Everyone's so interested in my love life. I explained what took place once Miharu and I were alone. Well, everything sans what Miharu shared about her past. I skipped to the part where she asked for my answer to her confession and that I couldn't give her one just yet. Welcome back! Naomi acted strangely relieved over it, probably because I mentioned that Miharu came to the decision to survive as well. No! We still haven't! Which is upsetting. Listen, there's going to be some big thing in that diary. I'm calling it right now. Please. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Wait.
そうだね。何の情報も得られなくても日記に書いてあったことを話すよ。
It'd be full of boomer memes.
前の日記だから。
Boomer memes from the Meiji era.
明日の夜の選定で何もできなくてももう一度機会は来る。
I haven't logged into Token Rumble once this entire week. I just remembered. Damn.
落ち着いていこうと思うんだ。
God damn it.
はい。それで日記帳明日貸していただくことはできますか?
Absolutely no problem. She's obviously shy about asking again. I tell her it depends and she responds with a smile. Like, it's a nice diary. If the past few weeks have told me anything, it's that I can focus better when reading at night. I set a cup of coffee down next to the diary and crack it open. You know, actually, the one problem I have with reading at night is you need a very, very good light to read at night. Otherwise, I also like to read at night. But it's not good for your eyes if you don't have a sufficient light source. Which reminds me, I once again forgot to catch up on a few more books this week. Let the curls about my feet. It gets pretty humid in July, so I guess the floor here is the coolest place for it to rest. I have no luck getting it to move either, so I bring in some milk before getting started. My great-great-grandmother's the one who wrote this diary. Her sister owned a cat named Leo too. I wonder if she wrote the diary in a similar environment. Coffee by her side, cat at her feet. Makes me think about how while the times may change, our actions never really do. It's kind of funny. The bookmark I'm using is shaped like a cat. I finished both my second cup of coffee and the diary around the same time. Yes! Yes! The shock of what I've just read even knocks out my taste buds. I'm immediately overcome with disbelief. Yeah, glad I arranged to meet with Miharu and Naomi tomorrow. I might have forgotten to do so after reading this knockout. I'm not over-exaggerating its shock value. It's fortunate that I can talk to them about it before tomorrow's election. At the very least, it'll reduce the risk of me going wild all on my own. What is it? I want to know! As Miharu said, this could very well be our trump card. We might just be able to pick divine selection apart thanks to this. I can feel my heart racing. Oh! After closing the diary, I removed the photo stuck between its final pages! 3 in total. 1 of Linda, 1 of her with the family, and a 3rd of her with another girl. Linda Harrison, my great-great-grandmother. That's who this diary belongs to. Seeing her picture isn't what grabbed my attention, it's the one with the other girl in it specifically. The girl is noted as Linda's sister. The photo isn't high definition or anything, it's turned sepia with age, but I know for a fact that it's Diana. Her clothes are more appropriate for the time of the picture and her hair isn't as long as it is now. in the dream world. It's still... What do you mean it's not as long? This is definitely the same length as Parker's hair in the dream world. What the fuck? Regardless, this isn't a case of a passing resemblance. They're the exact same person. Every nerve in my body is telling me so. It's theoretically impossible for this to be true. No, it's not. It's not. Remember when Florida Man was like, okay, can I stay in the dream world? I don't want to die. And Parker was like, well, no one tried it before, but I don't know. What if Parker just stayed in the dream world? So she wouldn't die. What was written at the end of the diary makes the impossible a reality. That's not all though. I somehow materialized a new card. 13, named Diana Harrison. I knew it. I knew it. Parker would also be someone who actually takes part in the fucking game. We went off the clock for this one. Yup. Oh hell yeah, let's fucking go. Let's go. Nua, can you finish stream for good cause? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. What good cause is it for? A 13 numeral that shouldn't exist, which means... Hey, I knew it! I can't help but mutter it out loud. Maybe it's my way of forcing myself to accept the truth I just uncovered. Ooh, ah! Hell yeah! Asking for wind. Rika's related to a goddess, yeah! I'm gonna have to check them out. We still have a few more hours to go stream though. Closing time arrives once I've rung out the last customer. It's a little early, only a bit past 4 PM, but I've been open since 8 AM. That's the norm when the store's open all through the weekend, really. Hey! Oh, that's a cute outfit. Miharu and Naomi had arrived a little bit earlier. They've been waiting for me to finish up for the day. Once done with my cleanup duties, I make my way over to our usual table. I hand about the cup of coffee as thanks for coming. Ah, it's the old book. It's a diary on the table. That's the only way I can think to lead into the topic. Following that, I place the diary on a table and open it up. The photo is what I want to show them first. That's Miharu's immediate reaction upon seeing it. Naomi seems puzzled, so I explain its significance to her. About how the girl in the photo is Diana Harrison and her uncanny resemblance to Parker. She's played deaf games with the grandchildren? I hope not! I say nothing but offer a reaffirming nod. Now that they've seen that, it's time to show them the name card of numeral 13. I wanted to use these to preface our discussion, but maybe I've served the entry before the appetizer, as it were. You could cut the tension with a butter knife. Well, good thing we just finished reading this diary right before the election. Haha. Now feels like the right time to talk about the contents of the diary. Based on what I know, Diana had died in a fire when she was 12. Linda wrote about her regret over this tragedy at the end of the diary. She regretted not being able to save Diana despite her pleas for help. The main issue is the 11 weeks leading up to her death, though. Oh, what? 11 weeks before Diana's death, a boy seeking to become her father's pupil fell down the stairs and died from trauma to the head. One of the assistants who had been to their home the week after soon died of food poisoning. The week after that, the mother of the boy who died 2 weeks prior died from a fever. Every week following that, someone with some sort of connection to Diana died. There wasn't any pattern behind who died. Some were close to her while others weren't. These events terrorized her family. It led them to a natural conclusion, that any of them could be next. The fears came true with the 12th victim. Yep, it's just as I mentioned before. The fire took not only their home, but also Diana's life. The destruction caused a bookcase to fall on her, crushing the lower half of her body. Linda was in the same room at the time and did all she could to save her. She just wasn't strong enough to move the bookcase. This was 100 years ago, so they lacked the means to extinguish fires as we do today. Upon finding the two, the mother had to make an impossible decision. But to her, the answer was clear. Even with her aid, they couldn't get the bookshelf to budge. The father had passed out from smoke inhalation. The fire would likely consume Diana were they to stay and call for help too. So the mother made the only decision that she could. She had to save who she could. She chose to save Linda at the expense of Diana. Linda viewed it as the wrong choice. She felt a responsibility to write about these events in the same diary she received from her beloved sister. Her feelings toward Diana are penned in detail. It's through them that the entire tale feels all the more tragic. Oh shit. Was it already a death game then? If every single week someone died? Things remained tense after I finished my explanation. Understandably so. It's hard to remain composed when you realize the cute girl in the photo died not long after it was taken. What the fuck? Wait, don't we also have a cause of death for her? If we read about that she died in the fire? It's actually completely unrelated.
話の途中で予想はしていましたけど、驚かずにはいられないです。
We're all on the same page.
12週間という期間と12人の参加者。
But that's wild. Imagine someone. Well, they weren't all. Thank you, Duolingo. They weren't all technically close to her, but every week someone died. That's. Like 1 or 2 people dying, okay, but 11 people dying? There's a lingering sadness in Miharu's voice. I doubt she could feel anything else in the face of this revelation. It's not that unbelievable. Didn't the people in this death game die on the original date? Yeah. Yeah, the death game is like, okay, all of you died on this specific date. But that is because something went wrong. Originally, they apparently all died, well, 12 weeks from that. That's why we have to get to the clock tower on that date. Why am I dropping frames? There's literally nothing happening. Yeah, I kind of doubt she remembers she was a human.
そうなんですか? 確かにそうだね。人間をあくまで自分より下の存在として接していた。
It doesn't feel like she's spiting us because she was once human either. Her role as a goddess is unquestionable to her. That's how I saw it before now, so I agree with Miharu's theory. Yeah, let the drop frames to stare and rub. All 3 of us start to ponder on our own. Naomi eventually speaks up, suggesting that we've probably noticed what she's about to say. I guess. Both myself and Miharu stared Naomi in response. Our cards contain information that represents our past, present, and future. Most importantly, they allow us to elect and eliminate others. The fact that Parker has her own cards must mean she can be elected as well. Oh, that's interesting.
ダイアナ・ハリソンという氏名ははっきり認識しているし、顔も分かっている。リンカ先輩が何か特別
Well, yeah. Rinka has been special all the time. Wait. Rinka was in a fire when she was really young, right? Her parents died in a fire because they were part of the death game. So she survived the fire. But are the memories she has of that fire really her own? When she was there? Or are those Parker's memory of when she died in a fire? Woo! Okay, no, I'm just spinning a bunch of theories that I don't even fully believe myself. I will get to see it anyway. I've been wondering why Miharu's cardbook never reacted to the information I shared. I've been wondering something else too, something Naomi picks up on as well. Yeah, maybe because maybe her original death is not her full cause of death because she was turned into a goddess or something.
この日記帳から読み取れるのは火事による焼死か煙による窒息死。
Like maybe that she doesn't have a cause of death because she just completely ceased being human in the first place.
でもリンダさんはダイアナさんが亡くなるのを見届けたわけじゃないはず。
Maybe she was murdered in the fire.
何かがあったんだと思う。
直接の死因だね。屋根が崩れてきたとか出血多量だとか可能性はいくつもある。
Would anyone mind spoilers for a game as old as Alice Madness Returns? Anyone? It's shocking how calm we are while imagining events from 100 years ago. It's the only method we have to learn more about Parker, though. This is a possibility that's been right next to us since the beginning, and yet it's the one we've only discovered at the last moment.
本当に指名できるかはともかく。
What's in Alice Madness Returns? Okay, that's fair.
未練も必要。
It's a dark Alice in Wonderland game. With her being in an asylum and everything. The continuation of American McGee's Alice. If you ever heard those names. It's been a few years since that one came out. But considering that dying in a fire, but not actually dying to the fire, but being murdered there, made me think of Alice Madness Returns. Is it like Kingdom Hearts? No. Alice is a teenage girl whose family died in a fire when her home burned down, and she's the only one who survived, but her mind is kind of broken from it. I have never played American McGee's Alice, so I don't know that part. I only know Alice Madness Returns. And well, it turns out like she blames herself for the fire, but when you finish the game you find out it's not actually her fault at all. If you guys don't mind spoilers, I'm just going to tell you it's actually the doctor who took her in who apparently killed Alice's little sister, who also died in the fire, because he locked her in her room. It's implied that there was a lot more happening than just killing her, by the way. And then he set fire to the mansion, planning to kill everyone in there, but Alice escaped. And Alice now thinks she is the one to blame because she repressed her memories. But it's not actually that. It's the doctor who then took her in, whose fault it was. And he tries to make her forget with his funky psychology lessons, because he never wants the truth to come out that it's actually his fault. Because she saw him leave the house as well. Like she knows that he's the one who set the fire and killed her sister. That's yeah, Alice Madness Returns is a fantastic game. But I had to think of that immediately when I think about people dying in their houses when they are on fire. There's so much fire in Rika's life, she could keep a fireman on speed dial. Also, hi, welcome. The mental doctors are the real enemies in today's games. Actually, Alice Madness Returns came out in 2012 or something. So it's been a while. Hold up. Alice Madness Returns came out in... No, 2011 actually. Oh, I'm close. Posture check and hiding time. Okay, posture check. Alice Madness Returns is something I would love to play on stream sometime. It's one of my first ever bought Steam games, actually. But some of the enemies look quite disgusting, so... and I never finished it on my own. Talk about Edna. Oh, yeah. Well, in Edna it's made quite clear immediately that the mental doctor is not really trustworthy. Most games that are set somewhere with mental doctors, it turns out that the mental doctors are the bad ones. Okay, but back to our regularly scheduled goddess killing, I guess. It's going to be the hardest part. There's no way we get an answer by asking her directly. Not like she'd even be able to if our theory about her not remembering her past is true. Edna came out in 2008 in Germany. What? Oh my fucking god. That is a long time ago. It's nothing but a theory, and yet it's one we have to base everything on. I want to believe that we're not following the wrong trail.
でも希望は見えた。女神の使命。それがきっと美晴と私が生き残るための唯一の方法だ。
希望には変わりないけれど、唯一かどうかはわからない。次の選定で
I say we first make sure you guys cannot elect each other again, so you're safe? Question mark?
リンカ先輩が
Yes.
美晴先輩を指名して、美晴先輩が防御したらどうなる
That is exactly what we want to do.
か試してみるってことですか？
それはダメ。指名できる人がいなくなって、もしその時点で
Oh.
指名以外
Okay, I guess not.
強制的に決着をつけさせられるなんてことになったら。
つまり
Really funny if you looked and just
女
goes,
神
hey,
さん
funny
に
little
確か
humans.
めることも危険なんじゃないですか？
And everything is up.
先輩たちの意図が知られて対策を取られた。
Listen, I'm still waiting for the guy who sometimes shows up in our dreams to show up in the dream world itself. With Parker there. Like, who is he?
そうだね。希望が近づいて少し焦っていたようだ。次回の
I mean,
選定での
nothing's
選
stopping you
定は
guys from not
何もしない
electing
ことかもしれない。
anyone this week. We still have one more week, yes?
12回目の選定の時に手の打ちようがない場合に
He's a pretty
初め
nice
て話せば
man
いいことだ。
who for some reason knows all about our memories.
そうだね。そして私たちは女神のカードを持っていることを知られてはいけない。だね。
もう少しですね。
Naomi's words hit close to home. I'm getting my hopes up. All that's left is to turn my hopes into a winning strategy. It's kind of ironic though. You talk about fortune smiling on those with hope, but we're dealing with the goddess of fate here.
それでこの日記帳を借りてもいいですか？
I can tell she feels guilty asking, but she just can't suppress her curiosity.
いいよ。ただおばあちゃんの大事なものだから。
What do you think Naomi
汚し
would
たり
do
傷
with
つけ
it?
たりしないように
Of course you're going to get it back as it is.
ありがとうございます。石橋を叩いて壊すくらいに慎重に。
Why do you have two sets of brows? Oh no, it's the way her eyelids are drawn. Never mind.
いや、だから壊しちゃダメだって。
Important and valuable to my gran as it is, I'm sure it'll be fine in Naomi's hands. It's a source of information too. Naomi might just be able to pick up on something I missed. Once we finished our topic, we spent the rest of the day hanging out as normal. Both of them had home after dark. Seeing them talk to each other like friends when I see them off is a relief. Ooh, election time! Soon! I can't hide my happiness, not even after getting back to my room. I never would have imagined this scenario at the beginning of Divine Selection. Not only is Miharu looking to survive now, but we've also found that's a typo. A possible way for us both to make it through.
女神様。
It's basically confirmed that she used to be human. What happened during her dying moments then? Something must have caused her transformation. We're left with more questions than before, but it's also proof that we're making progress. I'll do this no matter what. Having steeped my will once more, I dive into battle in preparation for tonight's selection. Animated visible eyebrows despite hair would, yeah. To be honest though, it would look more weird if they don't show the eyebrows at all. Like, I prefer... Woo! Since we're gonna miss a lot of your streams, not to ruin the mood, over the left is not in a good structure. I'm gonna go for long recovery, so it's only much I can support you. Oh my god, don't worry about it. Thank you so much for the biddies. I hope your wrist gets better soon. And also thank you. Thank you so much for... for wishing us a nice stream. Thank you. Hugs for you as well. Good night. Take care of your wrist. I'm sorry, I don't have anything better to show you. I can send you a mwah for your wrist to get better. Of the 12 platforms present in the Court of Fate, only 2 remain that participants are actually standing on, Miharu's and my own. A strange sense of sadness pervades the endless dreamscape. As usual, Parker's voice cuts straight through those sensations.
ごきげんよう。
ごきげんよう。
奴隷の皆様。
You were human once!
皆様といえども、もうお二人様しかいらっしゃいませんね。
Yeah, it's gotten quite lonely in here. Neither of us react to a comment, causing her to press on.
今宵は11度目の選定。いくつもの嘆きの果てに、あなた方のどちらかが私の
I wonder what the
器になる
point
こ
of
とで
this
しょう。
game is anyway. Like, if she was human before, then now it's like, hee become my vessel, but she can't come back to the human world. I wonder if, like, the original plan for this game was to have her become completely human again. Hello, Granny. No, wait. What's the sister of your grandmother? I'm not good with family trees. Thank you so much for the follow. Hi, welcome. Welcome to stream. I don't know why there's no sound playing, but welcome to stream. Great aunt. It's an aunt? But grandma. Grunty. Hi! How are you tonight? Okay, I'm not good with big family trees. I have no clue. I'm glad if I know what a sister, like what siblings and parents are, everything else. Another posture check, okay. Oh god, everything's making sounds.
おやおや、あなた様方だけではせかされることもありま
Nice
せ
to
ん
meet
ね。
you, love you, thank you!
それはそれで
Thank you.
少し寂しくもありますね。
Oh god, alright. Ubu voice for the next 2 minutes, here we go.
こたびの選定の参加者は
So until 12
特
pass.
に賑やかでございましたから。
12 pass and a little more. Whoa, whoa.
女神の選定は今までに何回行われて
If
きた
all
の
of the lines in this are voiced now, I'm gonna be really sad
そうい
though.
えば気にしたことも
Adopt
あ
as
りま
my
せんで
street
した
though.
か？
Mr. Obama.
確か
Mr. Obama, I will do anything for you, Mr. Obama. Anything. Anything. Then perish.
12度目。
Oh, it's the 12th time! Haha, funny! It's the 12th time, so we're going to change it up.
きちんと覚えているんじゃな
Then
いか
perish! What? Why are you doing that to my name? Miharu sighs before speaking. There's a special meaning behind this being the 12th time though. I always figured that the 12 weeks and 12 participants was just due to 12 being a good round number. Like how a year split into 12 months, a clock into 12 hours, and so on. It's a common phenomenon the world over. The same can be said after this revelation though. It's too big of a coincidence for the number 12 to record this much. Hehe. Apparently the proper term would be great-great-grand aunt. Oh Jesus Christ. Just gonna call her grandma as well. Then again, I'm not sure if 12 is a lot in this case since I don't know how much time passes between each selection period. If we go by the vessel only, like the game changing only when the vessel dies, it could be several several long years. This round only started this early because Miharu tried to kill herself, right? I think with 12 people is could draw the funny clock motive.
おやおや、あまり長話をしてもいけ
I
ません
will
わ
chat
ね。
with you as much as I want. When I think about it, something doesn't add up. Parker's always mindful of time passing during this procedure. She never just lets the participants talk till they're blue in the face. She always forces things forward eventually. Why would she do that if this place is supposedly cut off from the normal flow of time? Yeah, I've been wondering
そ
that
れで
the entire
は、今宵も
time.
選定を始めましょう。
There definitely is a limit to how much time we can spend in here, or like for how long she can let us stay in here, but I don't know the significance of it yet. Parker makes an announcement before I can ask about it, however. The clock at the center of the Court of Fate begins to move shortly after.
さて一番様、
No.
今宵の指名はいかがなさいますか？
Do you honestly expect me to elect Miharu? Do you?
私は指名をしない。
Do you?
かしこまりましたわ。
Parker shifts her gaze to Miharu.
2番様はいかがなさいますか？
Funny that she even keeps up
私の元
the
器
name
の
is
2番
thing.
様。
Excuse me.
挑発したところで何もないよ。僕も指名をしない。
わかりました。
Is this a visual novel? Yes, it
面
is.
白くありませんわね。
Yes, it is. It is Sunday, so it is visual novel time. She puffs her cheeks out in discontent before making her way back to the center of the Court of Fate. Those mannerisms of hers are reminiscent of what I've learned about Diana from the diary. Innocent, yet always want to act on her whims. A girl loved by cats, perhaps because she was like one herself.
お二人様が指名をなさらないのであれば、今宵の女神の選定は
That's
こ
that's
れでおしま
probably
いで
the
ございます。
shortest time we've been in
次
here
回の選定がこたびの女神の選定。
ever. Since the start of this game, not gonna lie.
もう一度2番様が私の器になるのか、1番様が器になるのか、今から楽しみでございますわ。
Oh!
どちらが器になっても
That's
きっと素敵な生活が待っているでしょうから。
That is a new CG. Hello! We can cut procedure a bit if there's only two, yeah. Parker smiles, pinches her skirt and curtsies. She does this in the exact same way as when I first met her here.
一つ聞かせて。次の女神の選定で私たちがどちらの指名を行わなかったらどうなるの？
なるほど。確かにもうその可能性を
I have to look that up in my rulebook. Just a second. Ugh.
運命の奴隷の皆様に割り当てられた番号が何を意味するのか想像していただければよろしいかと。
What do you mean?
仮に僕らがどちらも指名を行わなかった場合、若い方が優先して生き残るということかい？
そんな。
Hard as that is to accept is likely what Parker's implying. It's a simple enough conclusion to reach at this point. At first I thought the numerals only represented the order in which we carry out the election process, but now they seem much more interwoven with our fates than before.
もったいぶることもないよね。
Parker wants to have Rinka as a vessel. Yeah, but why?
教えて。
Maybe because we're actually connected to her? Like, family-wise, technically?
割り当てられたと言ったね。つまり
But on the other hand, it seems like Parker actually has no clue. Family bonding time! No! No! I don't want this kind of family bonding!
おかしいとは思っていた。僕の死をもって女
I
神
don't
の
want
選
this
定と
kind
い
of
う儀式を
family
執行するの
bonding,
であれ
no!
ば僕がもしそうであれば因果の時に発生したわずかな誤差と推測できる。けれど
I mean, Rinka is special, we know that. Some family dinners, some have weekly gatherings to discuss who will die.
ええ、よろしいでしょう。
Alright.
実を言うと私も
Tell me,
いつ
tell
聞かれる
me.
かそわそわしていましたの。皆様の番号は
They were
私が
selected
好
by
き
that
な数字を
guy.
つけたものではございません。
Suddenly the weirdo shows up.
1から12の番号は世界の本流に近い順番。 すなわち1番が最も世界の本流に近
は
く12番が最も遠いということですわ。
What? Neither of us really understand what she's just said. Can't say I've ever heard about this primary course or whatever before now.
世界というのは無限に支流を作り出す大河のようなもの。
Aha!
人間の皆様は認識することができませんが
There we fucking go!
少しずつ違った結果に
My
なった
favorite
世界
kind
が
of time
いくつも
shenanigans.
存在するのです。
The possibility stream of worlds.
そしてこの運命の大広間は
Lovely.
世界を
Honest,
俯瞰する
for
場
real
所。
though, that is my favorite thing they do when they fuck with time in these kind of games. They go, ha ha ha, there's a stream, there's so many choices in there. Each choice you don't take goes into a different direction, but you stay on this one course. And there's one that is closer to the axis, I guess. No, I plan on playing those games on stream sometime. I'm not gonna spoil you guys on there. Never mind. But there's another game that also talks in very, very, very much detail about this exact same thing, and I love it. Park is the furthest from the primary one. True. I guess.
一度目の選定で君はそう言っていたね。
She's number 13. She's not even supposed to be on it, maybe.
ちょっと待って。
Maybe she's the one who's not supposed to be here.
どういうこと？
So forgot that she's nearly close again. It's time is a circle.
食べようと思った時、あなた様が朝食にパンを食べた世界と食べなかった世界が生まれます。
She tries to give me a basic example, but flies right over my head. It's actually really easy, Rinka. Only natural though, since she could have died a long time ago. Her cheeks puff up, likely due to my interrupting her before
ど
continuing.
うして2つの世界が生まれるのでしょうか。
Well, my choice of doing one or the other.
あなた様がパンを食べようと思った時点で、あなた様は
Multiverse theory.
パンを食べようとした自分とパンを食べない自分を想像します。
Yay! Finally, one thing I wasn't wrong about.
世界とは人間の皆様が思っているほど確かなものではありません。あくまで認知の上に成り立つもの。結果としてあなた様がパンを
Yeah,
食
we
べ
went
て
to
も
lesbianism is
あ
connected to.
なた様の想像の中に
Love me some lesbianism and lesbian. Wow. Jesus Christ, I keep dropping frames tonight. I hate it. It's okay, take your time. Thank you. That is exactly what I wanted to allude to. Nice.
実はその瞬間、認知上にパンを食べなかったという結果は生まれているのです。
Yeah, when you observe it happening in another time, it happens.
これが世界の本流と支流
This
と
is
いう考
also
え
what
方だ
happened
と
in
ご理解くだ
Steins
さい。
Gate, right? You had someone observe that other timeline. That's why it exists. Whatever Parker showed Miharu is real, Rinka is doing the lesbianism every time. There's probably so many. It has to be infinity, right? Like, if it starts with very little things like, should I get bread? Should I get milk? Should I do something completely different? Then there's gotta be so many.
つまりこの場合、世界の本流はパンを食べた世界になります。
Every time you choose something, even
食べなかった
subconsciously,
世界
yeah.
が支流として進み、本流から少しずつ離れていきます。
どういうこ
I direct my question not toward Parker but Miharu. She nods and then goes on to explain.
観測者とでも言えばいいのかな。そうだな。
So the most likely scenario is Rinka
世界の本流
Rinka
になる
surviving, Rinka becoming the
と理
vessel.
解すればいいかい。
And then the next likely scenario is Miharu becoming the vessel again, even though she originally kicked off this game in the first place.
さすが2番様。実はこのお話、あなた様と夢の中でお話ししたことがありましたのですけれど。
We did? Miharu shakes her head in response. Her quick explanation helps me to understand things though. If you're talking about the more likely scenario, then me having bread falls under that because it's a scenario born from my initial desire to do so.
話がそれてしまいましたわね。
I like that they explain it in terms that are understandable though, even if you've never heard of this exact thing happening. I think Federico is the third most likely. Yeah. That's interesting though, that Alan survived this long if he was number 12 of being most likely. Then he would have not been very likely. Really funny, yeah. Parker forces a cough before proceeding.
因果の時で皆様が命を落としてしまった時、
Worlds exist where that never
どこ
happened.
かに
Exactly.
命を落とさなかった世界も存在する。私は運命の女神の力を持って因果の時で結ばれた12人が
Aha.
命を落とさなかった世界を本流に束ねているのですわ。
今本流の世界には僕たちが命を落とし
Shooting
た
as
世界と
lesbians.
命を落としていない世界
Alive
が同時に
and
存在
dead.
するということかい。
少しだけ異なっています。矛盾した世界が存在できるのは
Good, tell me why me stuff I
皆様の
don't want
集
this
合
to
無
have
意識
the
である
almanac.
夢の世界の中でのみ。運命の大広間は本来世界にとって異物同然。
So if we observe your death here, will the game just simply cease to exist?
本流世界に影響していると思ってくださっても結構です。
The more she talks, the more lost I become. Miharu seems pretty interested in what she has to say, but it's doing nothing but confusing me. I take a chance to interrupt Parker when she stops for breath by pointing at the
そ
floor.
れで結局この番号は何なの？
察しが悪いと言うべきなのでしょうか。皆様が生きている世界は本来であれば世界の支流。 簡単に言えば運命を変えるのがたやすい順番
Ah!
と思っていただければ良いでしょう。
I think Parker gave on explaining toward the end there. I get the gist of what she's saying now though.
2人残った場合に番号が後ろの人が脱落するのは運命を変えるのが大変だから切り落とされる。
あら、その通りですわ。あなた様は変なところで
I
察しが
really
いいのですね。
dislike her way of speaking to me. I notice Miharu nodding from the corner of my eye. I can't deny her claim if Miharu's agreeing.
もっと言えば12週間という期間は君が矛盾した世界を成立させられる限界と考えてもいいのかい？
さあ、限界は試したことがありませんわ。
It's not her fault, she's a boomer.
それ以上は疲れてしまうから
She's like,
実行しないと思っていただいてよろしいです
understand anything.
She pouts following that statement. I can't help but think she's exaggerating a bit, mainly because she doesn't want to admit that she has a limit. I can't beat her divine pride. Anyway, the gist is that she's only capable of joining the branches together with the primary course for 12 weeks.
選定の参加者が脱落するってことは死がなかったことに
Boomer
な
than
って
she
いる
gets.
世界はどうな
Yeah,
る？
Shigetsugu was pretty open about everything.
いい質問ですわね。
Stop calling me dear.
世界には元に戻ろうとする力があります。私のような女神が世界の糸を紡いだ時、支流は再び支流に
The world has a
本
firewall.
来の流れに戻ろう
World
と
is
する
like,
の
no,
です。
Parker, you don't get to have a say in this.
脱落した皆様が生きている世界はそれぞれ支流となってこの世界、本流の世界から遠ざかっていきます。
Okay.
ならどこかにみんなが生きている世界は存在するってことなら、
ええ、存在はしているでしょう。けれども一度離れてしまった世界はもう私の力をもってしても観測することはできません。
Wait, this brings back my possibility of us jumping timelines though. I don't think it's very likely, but it is maybe there.
さて、指名を行わないのであれば、今宵はもうおしまいにしましょう。
So she never went beyond the
必要以上に
12
長いお
weeks.
話をしてしまいましたわ。
待って。
それでは今宵の脱落者はなし。これをもって
What an easy way to get out of the conversation, huh? She wastes no time in making her announcement after cutting the conversation short. I turn my gaze to Miharu, who calmly nods back to me. That's right, there's no need for us to panic right now. We need to throw our original plan out the window based on what we've learned tonight. Should 2 participants remain, whoever's the higher numeral will be eliminated by default. This likely applies to a situation where we can't elect one another too. Our only hope now is the 1 card sleeping within my card book. 11th week achievement unlocked. My best friend!
こんばんは。あるいはおはよう。こんにちは。ではないか。
I really don't care.
私も女神のように何か決め台詞というものが欲しかったけれど、なかなか思いつかないものだね。
Once again, I'm face to face with this man. He speaks casually and then grins. Is he trying to provoke me?
さて、
Can't you
冗
imagine?
談は
Why
こ
do
こ
you
までとし
think
よう。
he's...
君はついに君にとって最も根源的なピースを手に入れた。あとはそのピースをはめれば
What do you want me
原
to
風景が完
do?
成する。完成するはずのなかった記憶のパズル。
Huh.
さて、それでは君を忘却の先へと案内しよう。
More memories? There's still more memories to uncover. No, I guess I can kind of see it. He looks like he could be in Genshin. Will the cat finally talk at the end? I hope so. Okay, what other See? Ha ha! Ha ha ha! It's not actually Rinka's memories of being in a fire. It's Flames envelop me. Flames powerful enough to flake the skin from my bones. Flames that produce enough smoke to smolder my lungs. My life turns to ash. My inability to move even my fingers tells me as much. I hear someone shouting. I finally know to whom those cries of anguish belong. Fate truly works in strange ways. I thought these were memories shared only by myself and Naomi, but I learned that I shared them with my parents, and now it turns out even Linda and Diana went through the same thing. The flames spread further, drowning out the cries. My consciousness vanishes by the time they become inaudible. Ha! Maybe this is actually a time loop! It's just different people all the time. But we're the MC and we always die in a fire! No, okay. I will stop. I will stop. I should just read. And then I wake up in a cold sweat. You again, let me look at your paw. Let me see if you have something on your paw. That thing must have crawled into my bed at some point, but it's not responsible for this. Are you sure? I recall those flames. The memories sleeping within me aren't just my own. I'm not sure if it's because we're related or because I read a diary, but it's definitely due to one of those reasons why I saw what I did. What's more, I noticed that a new card has materialized in my card book! There it is! If only Rinka actually died in a fight, that would make things easier. Poison! Would you look at that? So she was murdered. Ha ha ha! It's the most common cause when it comes to deaths like this. Oh, no, oh god, okay. It's not poisons, carbon monoxide poisoning. Okay, I'm sorry. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills much faster than the flames. No death can be described as pleasant, but Diana's case seems especially painful. Lever jumps from my bed, probably because I've gotten up and moved to my desk. It usually runs off after I get up, but I'm not gonna let that happen today. Oh! Rather than pick it up like normal, I grab it by the tail, mainly out of fear that it'll outrun me. It was definitely about to hightail it. Eee, don't grab a cat by its tail. It turns to face me and then starts hissing. I guess being grabbed by the tail doesn't feel too good. I refuse to let go and tug it even harder. Oh, don't do that! Don't tug a cat by its tail, Rinka! It tries to run, but I scoop it up and then check its front paw. It has a scar there! The same scar that Leo, Linda's cat, had. Hidari mentioned that it cut itself by stepping on a piece of glass. Naturally, you don't inherit a scar. The possibility of Lettuce somehow enjoying itself in the same spot exists, but I'm willing to bet that isn't the case.
夢の中に出てくるあの男の人、あなたなんでしょ？理由とか仕組みとかわからないけどさ。
My question may make me sound crazy, but I pose it nonetheless. Lettuce is always nearby whenever the guy appears. I first noticed it after seeing the photo with Diana and Leo. It took you that long, really? I can't just chalk it up to them looking alike now, even if the idea of it living for so long seems impossible. Throwing away logic is a must if I want to find the truth behind divine selection. Its paw serves as my definite piece of evidence. It only makes sense that even a cat can become a vessel for something if humans
夢
can.
の世界でしか話せないとかなのかな。
That is a very real possibility, yes. What? A sudden realization causes me to plop Letha on my seat. If it really is that guy from my dreams, that means I've been sharing my bed with
とに
him.
かく私の言っていることがわかるなら、今晩も私の
Rinka,
夢
I
の
think
中
that's
に来て
the last.
それで話をしよう。
Out of all the problems you could have with the cat possibly being a magical man, I don't think sharing a bed with him when he's in cat form is your biggest, not gonna lie. It is a simple meow, but it sounds like a proper response to my ears. We have Monday through Thursday off from school due to midterms being over, although it's one of the busiest times for teachers since they have to go over everyone's exams, grade them, and then prepare all the different results sheets. They can probably do with as much help as they can get right now. Funny how I'm the one getting help from some weird guy in my dreams at a time like this. That being said, I plan on keeping the store open all day during our time off. It might seem weird to prioritize weekdays over the weekend, but I'm sure the regulars will appreciate it. The day flies by faster than anticipated as I return to my room. Les is already curled up and ready to sleep, so I grab a blanket and wrap it up. It really does understand what I'm saying, huh?
おやすみ。
I've got an early start tomorrow, so I dive right into bed once I'm ready. Well, mostly because something tells me I'm not going to feel rested at all when I wake up. That is a very real possibility, Rinka. Hi. Yep, looks like I was right. The fact that I find myself in a dream world, albeit one different from the Court of Fate, proves it.
こんばんにゃ
こんばんにゃ
正体が知られてしまった以上もう隠す必要もないかにゃここで君が話せないのは仕方ない
Perhaps you
んだ
might be
にゃ
wondering.
私は女神パルカ元ご主人と違って運命の大広間を作り出すことはできないの
I'm
にゃ
gonna fucking scream.
君の存在を概念上に固定することはできにゃい
Impossible.
ということだにゃ私ができるのはせいぜい君の夢の世界に干渉することだけなのにゃ
だけなのじゃ。
I get that he's trying to say something important, but all those cringy cat puns make it hard to care.
ねねめねなんちゅうとねれぽとなねねねねねね。
I already forgot. I managed to learn a cat pun for Monogatari, but I already forgot again. I probably forced myself to wake up if he doesn't stop soon.
辛辣だなもっとも私が伝えたかったのは
My
君は
thoughts
話
make
すこ
it
と
to
は
you
で
at
きなく
least.
ても
Okay, that's
こう
good.
して私に意思を伝えることができるということだ
So what are you exactly?
私はレテ冥府を流れる忘却の川
What?
正確にはそれを模した力を与えられた存在かな
Okay, that is wild. And you just take the form of a cat because you
語ら
can?
れる文献によって多少の違いはあるけれど死後の世界で川の水を飲んだ者は過去の記憶を忘れる
Oh,
おおむねそんな川であることを知ってもらえればいいさ
so did Parker drink from you? Nope, that doesn't explain anything.
女神の選定で発生する世界の
Ah, well, you're not
そ
doing
の
a
記
very
憶の
good
矛
job. A
盾
lot
を
of people
忘
still
却によっ
remember
て解
parts of
決し
it.
ているのがこの私だ
So what a great myth!
私には人の記憶に干渉するという役目が与えられていると思ってもらえればいい
Okay. Either way, I was right about you being Letta. Actually, I guess you'd be Leo considering the scar on your paw. Can you explain how and why you can take on a human form and appear in my dreams much like Parker?
私はもうこの世界の何でもない存在だからさ
How does that make sense?
これは ただの猫が私になり、いたいけな少女が女神になったということから始まる物語さ。
I knew it. Parker really was Diana all along. There's no denying it now that he said as much.
ああ、君たちがリンダの日記を見てそこへたどり着く可能性はあると思っていた。
Okay.
もっとも私は君にヒントを出し続けていたのだから、私の正体にまで
Yeah,
たど
me
り着いて
too.
もらわなけ
It
れば
was kind of
困るけれ
obvious.
どね。
Hints.
私たちにとって現実世界での場所という概念は関係のないもの。それでも君の夢の世界に現れる時には傍らにいるようにしていただろう。
True.
さて、私たちの力が借り物であり仮初めである以上、そう長く話すことも
After
できない。
Charles countering cadence just a little. Time seems to be a concern for him too, just like Parker. Curious as I am, I make sure not to interrupt him.
私が忘却の皮の力を与えられたのは結果論だ。順序が違う。
Okay.
ダイアナは11人の死の後に自らも火事で命を落とした。偶然か必然か、それは私もわからない。とにかく彼女の生きたいという強烈な思いはこの世界に存在するかもしれない
Girl
何
didn't
かに
want to
届く。
die, so she became a goddess. He adds that a thing could be what we humans refer to as gods or spirits, along with the fact that it's something we can't perceive.
本来それでは何も起こらない。けれども
Sorry, I
彼
had to
女の死の
forget.
前には11人分の失われた命があった。ダイアナを中心として11人分の生と死の可能性が螺旋を描き、運命の歪みとなって存在してい
Yeah,
た。
I mean, it's kind of a lot that 11 people
その歪みに
died before.
彼ら11人が持っていた思いのかけらが蓄積していた。
Mm-hmm.
何かとつながったダイアナ・ハリソンは歪みに蓄積していた力を消費することで
fragments
女
of
神ハルカ
miracles.
になるという奇跡を起こした。
Mm-hmm.
その状況で13人目となったリンダ・ハリソンを器として、もっとも何かとは程遠い器と儀式を必要とする不完全な存在ではあるけれどね。
Mm-hmm.
と、ここで愛らしくキュートなレオという猫の登場だ。ダイアナが命を落とした火事の中で
Oh, the cat was
私
also
も
on
また
fire.
死が目前に迫っていた。ダイアナはレオに死んでほしくなかった。その一瞬でただでさえ不完全な自分の力を私に分け与えた。正確には分け与えた力によって私は何かとつながった。
Okay, so you simply
運
won't
命の
die.
輪から外れた私は
You're a cat,
死という
but
概
you
念を
just
忘
won't
れて
die.
しま
You're
った。
immortal.
人のような意志と輪郭のみが与えられた存在。人でも猫でももちろん
Neither
神でもない
cat, neither
それ
human.
が私さ。
So you're a cat boy.
残念ながらダイアナの意志も虚しく、レオはこの世界からいなくなってしまった。レテは何にもなれない何かだからね。
I only get about half of what he's saying in all honesty. It's like how you can understand words but not their meaning. Put and get to his letter now. I'm sure he's trying to say simple though. Diana's desire to live led to her becoming Parker, and the desire for Leo to survive turned it into Letter. Now I'm even more curious. Their way of thinking is the exact same as us. He still has more to say.
ダイアナは優しい少女だ。
Mm-hmm.
だから忘却の力を手に入れた私は、まずダイアナから人間である時の記憶のほとんどを奪った。
Was that a good idea though?
パルカという存在から人間のような意志が失われない。なぜだかわかるかい？自分が存続するために女神の選定を行うという業。
You think because she was a kind-hearted girl she wouldn't be able to do that?
残酷な希望を背負わせ断ち切るという罪。
I see.
優しい彼女がそれに耐えられるはずがないと私は思ったのさ。
She never once tried to interfere with our fates. Our situation seemed entertaining to her on the surface, but she never looked as though she was truly enjoying it.
そうさ。女神パルカには君たちのような心があるわけではない。
I see.
だからこそ無慈悲に選定の管理者を続け、その存在を存続してきた。
So divine selection is a system put in place to ensure Diana's continued existence. It sure seems that way at least.
さて、ここからは私のお願いだ。
Hope! 希望 Our request.
ああ、忘却の川としてではなく、ご主人
Please
様
let
を
your
愛した
request be to end
猫
this
としての
game.
お願いだ。あの子を
Please save her.
救ってほしい。
How? Save her?
そうだ。 あの子はついに女神として野望を持ってしまった。
How save? How should we save her? Save her by letting her die, or save her by her becoming human, or by her becoming a full god?
それは概念上の存在であること
Okay,
を
she wants to become human.
受肉すること。
So Diana's trying to revive herself then?
違う。ダイアナはそんなこと望んではいない。
No?
長きにわたる選定で彼女はすでにパルカという人格を作り出している。
Mm-hmm.
わずかに残ったダイアナの記憶をベースに新たな人格が誕生しているんだ。人格というものにおいて野望や欲望
So
は切り
Parker
離
wants
せ
to
ない。
become a human, but Parker is a
だからこ
different
そパルカは野望を持つことになった。
person.
条件が揃ってしまったからだ。肉体的にも性質的にもかつて人間だった自分と等しいものに出会ってしまったから
Me.
だ。実の姉の子孫であり生まれつき運命の歪みの中にいた少女に
Nahaha. Diana's older sister, Linda. Someone born during divine selection whose existence wasn't undone. It's me. Granted, that's not too difficult to figure out when only me and Miharu are left at this point.
ご明察。君の友人の中から君を見たパルカは君も戦闘の参加者になるように運命を変えた。
Oh, great. Huh?
それはパルカが運命に逆らうことと同義。かりそめの運命の女神であるパルカは決して運命に勝つことはできない。
She was like, I want you, so I'm going to make you die. What?
運命は世界は正しい形に戻ろうとするからね。だからあの子が君の体を使って受肉しても待っているのは悲
What?
惨な死さ。
What do you want me to do then?
君たちはすでにあと一歩のところまで来ているだろう。
Am I? So we have to elect her?
指名というのは個人を明らかにすることで運命を呼び戻す行為。パルカが指名されればダイアナの運命は本来の運命に引き戻される。
So we need her regret.
新しく生まれた人格ではあれどパルカもダイアナと同質の存在。共にこの世界から消えていく。
Mm-hmm.
ダイアナはもう十分に頑張った。運命に逆らうこともない。
What about us then? We're trying to do what she did.
君たちとダイアナは違う。女神の選定の参加者が生き残るというの
Not
は
being able to
生
save
きている
them.
可能性の世界を本流にすることに過ぎない。 でもあの子にはもう生きている可能性がない。
How much gets undone if Parker gets
生まれてから
selected?
100年以上経ってしまっているしね。
That is a good question.
これが本当の意味で運命に逆らうということ
I
だ。
mean, she would have died in the real world by now anyway, right?
けれど痛みが伴い苦しみが
The
伴い
longer she keeps doing those divine
それらは
selections,
自
the
覚
worse
の
it
ないう
will
ちに
get.
檻となって溜まっていくものさ。
Because her existence has been going on for way longer than it originally should have been. You're fine with this.
ダイアナは今も泣いている。これは彼女の意志でもあるさ。
Can you explain that?
さて、私が君の夢の世界とつながっていられるのもそろそろ限界だ。
Wait! We still don't know Parker's regret. There's more I want to ask too.
心配しなくても、君は間もなく全てを知ることになるだろう。
We're going to find it out.
そして君もまた、私から脱却しなければならない。
Gee, thanks.
君たちが幸せになることのできる、その日を。最後に、一つ謝ろう。今回の女神の選定が始まった当初、
Gee,
君の記
thanks!
憶を抜いたのもやはり私だ。君が女神の肉体に適合することを忘れさせるためには、君の記憶も抜き取る必要があったんだ。女神が意図的に君を勝たせることがないように。いや、言い方を変えよう。今のご主人様は君だ。私ができる協力というのはそれくらいだからね。
Here you go, short-term memory loss.
しかし、すでに彼女は
So
君
the
を狙っ
game
ている。
has an actual lore reason
君が徐々に
that
記憶を取
you
り戻すに
don't
つれ
know
て
a bunch.
女神も記憶を取り戻しているからだ。
A way for both of us to survive. That's
君が最初から全てを知っていたらこの今は訪れていない。もっとも私が与えたのはきっかけだけ。
I guess I should thank you then.
お礼を言うのはこちらだ。猫として一緒にいる時間の方がはるかに長かったけれど 君はとてもいいご主人様だった。次に会うのは全てが終わった時だ。これ以上手を貸すのは私のルール違反だ。
Okay.
ルールというのは何かを守るためのツール。
I
私がル
wouldn't
ール違反
mind
ばかりして
breaking
いて
a
は
bunch of other
この
rules
世界の秩序
for
は
food
守
every
れな
day,
い。
even though you pull on my chin.
おっと、思わず笑顔になってしまうほどあどけない猫ちゃんの姿では合うだろうか。
God, you're annoying.
それでは成功を
I
祈ろう。
liked him more when he couldn't speak. My mind begins to lull once more as he stops talking. Dreams are supposed to be a way for the brain to process thoughts, but I'm leaving more confused than I came. Upon waking up, I notice a gorgeous black cat sleeping on my bed.
ありがとね、レテ。
I dragged myself out of bed after hearing its answer. Letha told me that we need to make it through on our own. Through the 12th election, the conclusion of divine selection. In other words, next Monday. We need to overcome all odds and reach that day.
さて、今日も
My phone goes off just as I'm about to get ready. Looks like Mao's calling me. It's not a text, an actual call. I take a deep breath and answer it. Eh? Mao's panicked voice is the first thing I hear after picking up. The shock of what I just heard causes me to drop my phone. No! What? No! What happened? What? Oh! Mao called Miharu as well, so the three of us meet in the hospital lounge to talk. Based on what we know, Naomi was rushed there earlier.
今朝いきなり倒れたって。いつもみたいに家で本を読んで、ちょっとうとうとしてると思
Fuck!
ってたら。
Yeah, right. She's reading the diary and finding out about things she shouldn't be knowing about.
ひどい熱が出てたみたいで、それでナオリンのお母さんが救急車を呼んだんだって。
Why would you call the ambulance for fever?
原因は分かっていないようだね。
I'd heard the details from Naomi's mom as well. They have no idea what's happened. What's worse is she's also unconscious. It's so sudden that they can't think of any cause. I can't blame them either. She seemed perfectly fine to me when we last met. Doesn't seem like she's collapsed from overexertion, so all the doctors can do is put her on an IV and let her sleep for now.
どうしてマオのところに連絡が？
You need to call an ambulance for high fever? You do? Okay, the highest fever I remember having, like, lately, like, during the past 5 years was 39 degrees Celsius, so
リータンのお店に行こうって誘おうとしたら、
we never
お
called
母さ
an
んが出て、
ambulance.
それで。
Anything over 3940 is dangerous. Oh, I see. Well, we went to the doctor and she was like, here, take some painkillers. And I took half of those painkillers, those really low ones. And I was knocked out straight for 9 hours. This would be completely unexpected to most people, but me, I've seen her go through this
そ
before.
の本って何の本かわかる？
わかんない。とっても古い本だったってことくらいしか。でも古いからカビとかアレルギーとかが原因かっていうと、そうでもないみたいだよ。
I try not to make a big deal out of this information.
今私たちにできることはないね。これから検査とかもあるみたいだし。
I head out after that, but not before making eye contact with Miharu. Back at Lionhouse, Miharu turns up before long. Guess she understood what I meant. Mao took this development the worst out of us, so I urged her to just go home. That plus the fact that I can't really discuss what I'm about to when she's around.
10回目の選定の前にもナオミが倒れたっていう話をしたの。
ああ、アラン・スコーピオンが羊さんを助けたという一件だ。
I nod.
あの時もナオミは頭が痛いって言って倒れた。熱も出ていたし、あの夜よりも
Yeah, Naomi's way too involved in this game despite not being a participant.
記憶の混濁が原因だと言っていたね。僕たちと違い、羊さんは選定のたびに毎回記憶が塗り替えられている。それが彼女にとって負担になり、頭痛が発生しているということだったね。
I suffered similar headaches during the start of divine selection due to my own foggy memory. In Naomi's case, new memories are overriding those she had prior to the alteration. That means she's suffering twice as much as I did.
私のせいだ。私が気づかなかったから。
君のせいではない。
Letha, did you give the child too much of the forbidden juice?
僕も
Forbidden information juice. Naomi's been with me this entire time. I may have chosen to distance myself from her for a time, but I've been keeping her up to date with everything since the incident with you. So basically, I've been replacing her new memories with those from before the alteration. Things never would have escalated this far if I had been more careful.
今はお互い責めても仕方がないね。僕たちは羊さんの意識が戻るのを信じるしかない。そして今僕たちがすべきことは女神の選定について考えることだ。
She'll be fine, she just needs to walk it off. I'm so grateful for Miharu's level-headedness. Then again, I doubt it's all natural. She's forcing herself to be like this due to my own state of panic. I take a deep breath and suggest that we sit down. Aren't you already sitting? I can't just switch gears considering the circumstances, but the truth remains that either Miharu or I will die if we don't sort things out. We need to make progress no matter what.
見て。
Just need some fresh air. I show her a certain card, Diana's cause of death. Not only that, but I make sure to fill her in on what Letha told me. Needless to say, doing so takes some time. I make some coffee to help calm the both of us down, but we drink it all long before I'm done.
なるほど。多くの疑問は解決した。そして君にしかダイアナのカードが作られていない理由も。
I tilt my head in curiosity, not entirely understanding her.
はるかが君を求めるのは彼女にとって君が特別だ
No
から。
go for minors! No!
反対に言えば君
Only
にとっても
freeze orange juice.
ダイアナは
私の中にもともと女神と同じような何かがあった。
Miharu nods and says that's likely the case.
とにかく猫ではない方のレテは信用するしかないだろう。また聞きだからかもしれないけれど話の辻褄も合う。
何よりあの子は私たちのこともダイアナさんのことも好きなんだと思う。
あれだけ長く存在しているというのならもはや親心のようなものかもしれないね。
Kills me that they keep saying it because he's a cat, but in my head I would use he. As I do when I say it out loud as well. Then it just happens to pass by while we're talking about it. It flinches when I call out it, but then it turns to face us.
ナオミはきっと記憶のことで苦しんでる。助けることはできないの。
Non-cat Letha uses its pronouns. Confirmed. Letha should be able to do something. He might even know the cause. What's more, he could use his... Why is it he now? Think about how suspicious of Letha you've been all game. Yeah, I mean... Why wouldn't I be? And it was right. He might even know the cause. What's more, he could use his powers to make her forget one side and stabilize
で
things.
眠らないと喋れないよね。今ここで居眠りすれば。
I trusted him the entire time. Well, I was suspicious of him being involved with the game. That's what I meant. Letha shakes its head. Not every day you see a cat do that. I realize right away that it isn't doing so just in response to my question, though. The Letha in my dreams already told me that it won't help us anymore.
僕からも頼む。君は羊さんを救う方法を知っているのだろう。
Even Miharu pleads with it. Letha doesn't respond this time, instead turning its head and wandering off. Neither of us can do anything to stop it. That reminds me of what I was told before. You can't rely on me any further. From here on out, you have to use everything you know to make it through.
レテはこうなることを知っていた。
It's possible he said that while taking the situation into consideration. In that case, this is something we need to overcome on our own.
とにかく明日また。
God, the really epic music going off the entire time.
そうしよう。
We split up for the day following that. All that's left to do is wait. So I say, but it's pretty frustrating when we don't even have time to discuss Parker's regret. You know that you could at least respond to me, Haru. You don't have to help him, at least say meow. Nah. Letha didn't appear in my dreams last night, though that much was expected. I can't tell if this tendency to rely on others is a trait of mine or of people in general. Either way, we've made arrangements to go to the hospital with Mao today. Miharu has to work the morning shift, so it'll happen this evening. We're gonna talk things out back here regarding Parker's regret once we're done too. I waste no time in getting ready to leave. Huh? You're going there in the evening?
退院のめど 立たないって。
Why you... What? Mao makes no effort to conceal her shock over the current situation. Both her sigh, prompting Mao to relay the rest of what she heard from Naomi's mom.
なんとかスキャンって検査もしたらしいけど、わからない。こんなの突然すぎるよ。
That is not good.
原因不明だから、このまま目を覚まさない可能性もある。
Oh no.
治る。どうしちゃったの？
Thank you so much for the follow. Hi. Hi, hello. Welcome to the stream. Not knowing what's going on must have her far more distressed than me. That almost makes me want to reveal everything about divine selection to her. Miharu pulls on my sleeve upon noticing my expression though. We haven't told her about any of this for a reason. She doesn't deserve to be burdened with that knowledge, plus we want her to remain as our beacon for a regular life. I clench my fist and do all I can to hold back a temptation. Telling her won't help Naomi recover. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Also, this message is being held for a reason. Thanks for trying, though.
ナオミを信じるしか。
It hurts, but that's really all we can do for now.
今日はここまでにするよ。
Miharu and I return to Lionhouse to talk things out. Not much comes from our meeting though. Miharu seems particularly disappointed based on her expression when she leaves. Our discussion involved Parker's regret. We came up with a number of ideas based on what I learned from Lethe, but none of them resulted in a card. It's Wednesday, so I'm starting to panic. I'm starting to feel like I really am powerless. Was it just a coincidence that everything else went so well prior to this? I'm sure Miharu's going to offer up her own life if things continue like this. Parker said she had no involvement in the distribution of her numerals, but I can't help but suspect that she set things up for me to be the sole survivor should a situation like this arise. It'll also to carry out her ambition.
そんなの。
I clench my fist in anger. It's all I can do. Oh, we're gonna find out sometime during Sunday, somehow, probably. I'm forced to hear Miharu repeat the same line from yesterday. Naomi still hasn't recovered, and we still haven't made any process with Parker's regret. So basically, we're still stuck at the same spot. Today's our last day off from school, too. We'll be back there tomorrow, forced to face our exam results. Summer holidays aren't too far off either, and yet we won't have the chance to enjoy them at this rate.
ダメなのかな。
My panic leads me to lament. Our lack of progress after feeling such hope for the future is taking a huge toll on me. I hang my head only to hear a violent sound reverberate through the store. A wave of pain rushing through my cheek accompanies it.
僕は謝らないよ。
The source is simple. Miharu's just slapped me right across the face. The stinging pain doesn't seem like it'll fade anytime
リ
soon.
ンカが諦めてどうす。レテの言う通り、リンカは自分の力でここまで来た。
Go off!
僕は生きていて、まだ生きることを諦めていない。
Go off!
僕にこれからも生き続けたいと思わせたのは
Yes, I did.
リンカが折れちゃう。僕たちはみんなダメなんだ。
Miharu's lips quiver as she looks down at me. Now I know that she looks ready to cry when she gets angry. This may be the first time she's ever been truly upset with me.
私は何をすればいいと思う。
昨日自分で言っていたよ。羊さんを信じるしかない。
I pry my hand from my cheek and stare Miharu down. The pain hasn't faded, but if anything, it has helped to calm me down.
そして私は私のことを信じる。女神。
I've given in to despair once before, back when you killed Naomi. Naomi's still alive this time around though. There's no doubt she's fighting against her own conflicting memories. I don't have any right to give up. Miharu comes to her senses upon seeing me stand up and stretch, which leads to her worrying about having hit me. It's kind of funny to hear her telling me to ice my cheek down to prevent it from swelling, as well as worry about whether or not I bit the inside of my mouth when she smacked me. I'm sorry I hit you, but also take care! I find myself in thought at once alone in my room. Lethe's claim is to mean that we already have the necessary information available to us, which means we need to work to find what links it all. Lethe made it a point to linking our memories to a puzzle too.
やっぱり関係ある。
Thank you for the posture check. And I return. Just a sec.
Oh, I need to open a new bottle. A new bottle of water. Water bottle. Wow, wow. In terms of both Naomi's hospitalization and Parker's secret that left dimension, it's hard to believe that they're not connected when the concept of memories plays such a big part in both. There might not even be an answer to find, but right now all I can do is think. I continue to think until I fall asleep. Wow, wow. I should add that Miharu sent me over 10 texts about how worried she is about me. None of them include an apology though. She's definitely stubborn. Thursday? Friday! Nothing new comes to mind upon waking up. Today's Friday, which means we've only got 3 days till the final round. It's still too soon to give up though. We managed to materialize Skate's final card with far less time to spare. Now that I think about it, there may be another diary or something lying around in my grand's room. I'll ask if I can snoop around once school's over. Just go! Why ask for excuse me. Something will come to mind so as long as I don't give up. For now though, I should focus on getting ready for school. Nothing could prepare me for what awaits me there. You're cleaning anyway. And I mean it in a good way.
Naomi!
My heart already went like down. Thinking it was something bad. Jesus.
Hitsuji-san.
All 3 of us happened to arrive at the same time, only to see Naomi there. Part of me wonders when she woke up and if she could even be at school so soon, but my relief over her being okay takes precedence. It's only natural, really. It doesn't take long for another shocking revelation to rear its head, though. One that I'm not sure how to react over.
ごきげんよう、先輩方。
That single line is enough to freeze me in my tracks. The same likely applies to Miharu.
ごきげんよう、ナオリン。
Mao's probably the only one to adapt well to Naomi's sudden change.
ご心配をおかけしましたわ。この通り、私はすっかり健康
I am
になり
going
ま
to
した。
fucking strangle you.
そっか、よかった。本当にすっごく心配したんだからね。
Naomi places one hand over her mouth and belts out an elegant laugh. It's far too different from how Naomi usually behaves. If anything, it reminds me of a certain someone. Parker. The realization causes me to stay alert. Wasn't it my body she was aiming for? What's more, we still have 3 days of divine selection left.
さあ、遅刻してしまいますわよ。
This is extremely uncomfortable. We make our way into the school upon his insistence, all manner of questions on my mind. I hate it! Once inside, we split up and head to our respective classrooms. Mao doesn't seem too taken aback due to her relief that Naomi's better, but I don't have that same luxury. The same applies to Miharu. What if Mao's memories have been overwritten to make her think that this is how Naomi's always talked? It sure runs down my spine as I consider that. There's nothing I can do if Parker's taking over Naomi and alter the world to make that normal.
2日も眠ってたから、ナオリン喋り方忘れちゃったのかな。
I didn't talk about her regret.
でもよかった、元気になって。
そうだね。顔色も良かったし。
いつ回復したにしても、もう少し休んでいなくてよかったのかな。
Mao makes it apparent that she's too preoccupied with being happy over Naomi's recovery to care about her speech. One concern's been eliminated, but the possibility of Parker having taken over Naomi's body remains. We agree to meet after school, so I'll take a chance and see how things play out. Parker brought her to the hospital. Parker's prison escape, but it's actually a hospital escape. It's been a while since we were last at school, but there's nothing much for us to do other than check our exam results. I'm actually pretty invested in them this time, considering the effort I put into studying.
さあ、リータン。期末試験
Barely
はどう
above
だっ
average,
た？
probably. Mao wastes no time in asking me about my grades, and for once in my life, I can show my report card with pride.
今回はちゃんと勉強したから。
Wow!
教科も60点
Parker
以下
now
に
need
な
the
らなかったよ。
breakout!
うわー、レベル。さすがに今回は勉強量で圧倒的に負けてるから、うちが負けちゃうと思ったけど、
Don't
そ
be
んなことはなかった
fucking
ね。
rude! She's happy to shove her own report card in my face. Over 17 every single subject. She has to be in the top half of her grade with results like that.
日々の積み重ねって大事だね。
Listen, I'm part of a dev game and really don't care about studying right now. Mihano makes her way over while I'm wincing over this harsh life lesson.
仕方がないよ。今回は少し難しかった。僕もなかなか勉強に集中できず、学年1位を逃してしまったくらいだ。
Her results are so incredible that I can barely stand to look at them. But just as she said, she dropped to second in our grade this time around. There are 3 scholarship positions from what I remember, so a mark should be an issue.
中間の時の悲惨な点数に比べれば
How doesn't know that? Yeah, of course she doesn't. I'm glad there's at least someone in here who actually is not involved.
そろそろ受験のこととかも考えないといけないし
Stop! The format of our school means that most people have already started to study for their university's entrance exams the moment they enter high school. That reminds me, Naomi said she's gonna start going to cram school during the summer. I guess that makes me and Mao the odd ones out, considering Miharu's a beast that doesn't need to worry about such things.
大丈夫さ。進学校なだけあって、アメちゃんの定期試験はレベルが高い。まずは学校の勉強をちゃんとやっていれば、受験勉強の礎になるよ。学校のテストすらろくにできない人が塾に行ったところで、上辺の勉強法だけ学んでできるようになった気持ちになるだけさ。
I realize she's trying to cheer me up, I do, but her point's so sharp that it may as well be a lethal weapon. I just pray she doesn't say anything like that around Naomi.
というわけで魔王様はこの夏休みもちゃんと遊びます
Mao declares her plans loud and proud, but Miharu seems to have ignored them completely.
8月に花火大会があっただろう。この日はみんな開けておいてほしい
If
か
we're
な。
still alive at that point, yes.
もちろん。
Miharu and I promised we go to it back when we were at the theme park. That's why we respond right away.
よーしじゃあこれからリータンの家で作戦会議しようね
I give Mao an affirmative nod. What? Attack plan? What? Our best friend, the train! We only have morning classes today, so we head back to my place after grabbing some food at the school cafeteria. As for Naomi, she's still speaking like royalty.
ラーメンというのもとても庶民的で美味しかったです
I hate it. She also has a different face right now. This show is messing with my head. Hearing Naomi talk and act snobby like Parker is an adjustment, to say the least. Life would be a lot easier if I could just not care like Mao, but that's not an option.
ナオリンそういえばいつ目を覚ましたの昨晩ですわ本当にご心配をおかけいたしました
Like when she speaks like this, she reminds me of. Oh God, I forgot her name. I'm a disgrace. Satoko. In Higurashi, because Satoko also has that manner of speech, but I like Satoko a whole lot more than I like Parker.
お医者様もお母様もとても驚いていらっしゃいましたけれど心拍数や血圧などは
Man, I sure would love a good heart rate and blood pressure.
本日が1学期の最終日ということで皆様の
Forsooth.
反省を打ち切って投稿いたしました
What the fuck are you saying?
健康そのものですからご心配には及びません
ならいいのだけど。
Miharu makes no effort to hide her incredulity. The conversation continues as we make our way to Lionhouse.
じゃあうちは用事があるからここで
バイバイ Mao takes her leave before too long. The plan was to figure out what we do during the summer holiday, but all we did was chat and eat snacks. Not much in the way of planning. Granted, this is Mao we're talking about. She'll probably come up with a new suggestion sooner or later. Can't say I'm against letting her decide what we should do either. The real issue is with this girl sitting in front of me right now.
そろそろ説明してもらえる
My question isn't posed to Naomi, but the person pretending to be her.
私は羊直美花も恥じらう高校
Absolutely
1年
fascinating that just no one bats an eye that Naomi goes from
人見知りもしますけれど真面目で優しい性格
I hate that I completely understand what you're trying to say with that.
そう言ってもお二人様には信じていただけないのでしょうね
The mimic giggles at its own comment. Miharu and I grow even more worried, but the stranger has more to say.
なんてからかうのはやめにしましょう
Complications are fables
私
others
は
people would
お
notice
二
less,
人
I
の敵
think.
ではありません。
Maybe.
私はダイアナ・ハリソン。今は羊直美様の
So, are
体をお
you
借りしてい
the
ます
original Diana? The one that is actually a separate entity from Parker? Identity wise?
ダイアナ
Miharu asked a question that is on the tip of my tongue. Wasn't Diana said to have turned into Parker after her death? This explanation suddenly comes to mind.
ダイアナさんの記憶を奪ったってレテは言っていた。
さすが先輩様ですわ。
Senpai-sama!
ダイアナがバルカになり、レオがレテになった直後、
Enrique and Miharu just like...
彼女から奪われた人間としての記憶そのもの。ナオミ様の心と体を媒介に一時的に人格として
You're
形成されてい
using
るだけでござい
many
ます。
hard words.
つまり君は夢の世界に
That
存
is what I'm
在してい
saying.
る女神とは別の存在だということかい。
Yes.
ええ、そして私はいわゆる魂でも霊でもございません。だから
Naomi is just a really nice person and made room in her memories. Thank you so much for the sub. Hi, good evening. Naomi made room in her memories so Diana could come in there after finding out all about her after reading the diary. Is that what's happened? Oh, no, with glasses. Yes, because we're reading. Not the sunglasses though. Not Mr. Worldwide today.
あくまでナオミ様の人格が私の記憶をフィルターにして表出することでダイ
How
ア
are
ナ
you
のような
tonight?
ものになっているだけでございます。
細かいことはわからない。ただまず一つ聞かせて。ナオミは無事なの？
I want to rewatch the Professor Layton movie now. I stare right into Naomi's or rather Diana's eyes. I don't care about her identity right now. Naomi's safety is my top priority.
正直に申し上げましょう。
This game looks complicated in an anime already. Yeah, I mean,
非常に危険な状
we are
態でした。
technically on our last legs towards the end, but we're not going to reach the end today. I think there's still a bunch of stories left.
ですが、この状態になった以上、ナオミ様はもう大丈
So
夫です。
there's a bunch happening, yes.
彼がレテが何かしたのかい？
Diana answers with a nod. However, a hint of sadness colors her expression as she continues.
しかし、あの方の名誉のために順序立ててお話をいたしましょう。私はお家でリンカ先輩様からお借りした日記帳を読みました。
That makes sense. That is what I
それ
expected.
はすなわち上書きされているはずの女神の選定の記憶を掘り起こすに等しいこと。ナオミ様の脳内で起こった記憶の本流がぶつかり合うことに
So
よる負担
you
で
took over.
これはナオミ様の記憶に眠る知識ですが
Computer is crushed by storing more data than it
過剰なデータを
can contain.
破損してしまいますでしょう。
Okay.
それと同じことが
I know some of these words. Yeah, that's how I feel.
脳が
Bring
壊れ
it.
たってこと？
She replies with another nod and then continues.
忘却の川であるレオ。いえ、レテ様ならば2つの方法で救うこと
Also,
が
he
でき
did
ます。
help.
一つは女神の選定に関する記憶を完全に忘却させてしまうこと。もう一つはあなた様方がパルカを脱落させるまでの間レテ様の力の一部を
I
分
thought
け
he
与え
didn't want to help us anymore.
パルカを脱落させればその時点で運命は固定されます。その際に
My brain's memory
ナオミ
capacity is
様
very
の
interesting.
新しい
Oh
記憶
god.
改変された世界の記憶を消してし
I
まえば
feel like that is something that will just hurt my brain.
二つの記憶に苦しむこともなくなるでしょう。
Seven terrified.
レテはどうして羊さんを救おうとしてくれたんだい？
It's a Lottie bites, technically speaking. What the fuck does that even mean?
ああ見えて恥ずかしがり屋なレオのためにもそれは秘密にしておきましょう。
because he's a cat, but I can't take this. I already know the answer to Mihanu's question. He just wants us to be happy, nothing more, nothing less.
この質問はナオミ様にとって女神の選定の記憶を失うかどうかというのでした。
Yeah, I feel like my brain capacity has already been reached, but it's not. Yeah, she's old. She means it in an old-timey way. I know. But still.
ナオミ様は女神の選定の記憶を残す方が
We had a cat. My grandma had a cat with that name as well at some point, though.
レオも無条件で力を貸すことができません。
I know she doesn't mean anything by it because obviously in German it's just doesn't mean anything. It's just a cat name, but
ただの人間に一時的とはいえ自分の力を貸し与える
was a male cat as well.
レオにとってルール違反の行為でしょう。
Well, I know that my grandma didn't mean anything when she named her male cat Pussy. Because my grandma doesn't speak English.
そこでルール違反を許容するために制限とリスクを与えたのです。私、忘却の顔の力はダイアナの記憶とともに与えると。制限というのは力がある間はナオミ様の人格は私を通さなくてはいけないこと。
That is fucking wild.
私の記憶が入ってくる負担に耐え切ること。
記憶でパンクしそうな状態にさらに新しい
Naomi's brain is just constantly overwhelmed
もっ
just
とひどいこと
right
になるん
now.
じゃないの？
ええ、最悪命を落
But
とす
she
危険がありました
still chose to do it because she didn't want to lose the memories she made during divine selection. She has told us that several times.
それでもナオミ様は
Exactly.
これまでのことを忘れる方を選びませんでした。
She's told us several times that she does not want to lose the memories
女神の選定を過
of
ご
these
した
12 weeks.
耐えられるかどうかレオンにもわからなかったでしょう。けれどナオミ様があなた様方を信じたようにナオミ様のことを信じたのでしょう。
そして羊さんは君の記憶も受け入れた上で
さようでございます。
That much is obvious considering she regained consciousness. The issue is whether or not she regained her original personality, though. I press her to answer me.
その点は心配いりません。私は
Are you sure?
ハルカが大切な存在。ハルカが消えれば
I really don't believe that. If you're now, for some reason, entwined with Naomi, I have a feeling that you might not actually go away.
私の記憶つまり
And I don't mean
私
that.
がナオミ様から消えれば
I don't even mean it in a negative way. It's just a fear I have.
先ほどお話しした通り私の記憶が消えるときには改変された世界の記憶も一緒に忘却してもらいます。そうすれば記憶の矛盾に苦しめられることもなくなります。
仮に僕たちがパルカに敗北しパルカがリンカとし
Wouldn't
て
we
受
have
肉し
both
た場合
Parker
は
and
どうなる？
Diana then?
あら、そんなことありえるんですか？
We just want to make sure.
私もはやお二人とも理想の未来しか見ていないと思っていましたけれど。
くす言ってくれるね。
Well, we don't plan on losing, but it still would be good to know. Also, made
Yeah,
music in the
Minka.
background. Yeah!
そうだ。
It's a good song, but for some reason during all that info dumping, it feels a little off sometimes.
ええ、その域です。世界は認知によって成り立っています。
Believe in the heart of the cards.
理想の未来を思い
If
描
there's any possibility that Parker can become real, I'm not ready to
それ
take
は
the
より
risk.
強固な運命に変わりますもの。
Unless I'm finally allowed to fucking strangle her.
さて、そして私の記憶を
Finding
ナオ
out
ミ
your
様に
regret,
授け
huh?
たレオの真意をあなた様は
That's what you're here
もう
for.
お気づきでしょう。
So we can find out your regret. Both of us not in sync. There's no way we would know at this point. We're missing one last piece of the puzzle in order to elect Parker. Her regret. Getting to the bottom of that won't be an issue with her.
現代の日本を 楽しませてくださいな。
The only more intense times of fights in this visual novel didn't have many fights, but the ones it did have were very cool.
そうすれば日曜日の夜お二人に私の
Ma'am.
をお教えしましょう。
それはるかのやろうとしていることとほとんど同じではないのかい。
あら？だって元は同じ人間ですもの。
Naomi stands, pinches her skirt, and curtsies, exactly like how Parker does it. Well. I breathe a sigh of relief once I'm alone in my room. Things sure did escalate, but the important part is that Naomi's okay. What's more, we now have a surefire way to learn Parker's regret. Diana said that Naomi accepted the most dangerous option of her own will. Can't say I find that hard to believe. She always was against the idea of losing her memories of the time she spent with us.
まさか
You have to believe! There's no doubt that Lethe altered her memories at the time. The only reason he didn't do so completely was out of respect for Naomi's will. He shouldered the responsibility that comes with it despite owing us nothing too. I'm the one that owes him, if anything. Just then I hear something thud against my door. I'm guessing it's Lethe. The door was half open, so it should saunter in soon. Or so I think, but there's no sign of it.
レテ
Oh no. I open the door figuring something's up. And I'm right on the mark. Lethe has collapsed right by my door! I scoop it up in a panic and gently set it down on my pillow. I grab a bowl of water as well and place it by its side. Oh no! Its voice sounds so weak compared to usual. I can tell it isn't doing well just from a glance. Discussion alone reaffirms to me that avoid reality that would have been Guillotine the bourgeoisie! It shakes its head in response. I can assume that means no, considering it should be able to understand me. Normally, I guess it's sick, but that can't be the case here. Instead, I think back to what Diana discussed. Lethe split part of his power with Naomi, the same power he's been using to stay alive for so long. I can only assume that he, both in cat and human form, grows weaker the less of it he has
レ
available.
テも必死だったんだね
That said, I collapse onto my bed. This really serves to remind me how much I've been entrusted with. Poor kitty! Wait, Lethe's power is already like half of what Parker originally had, because Diana shared that power she gained as Parker with Lethe, and now Lethe has given half of it to Naomi. Can you please put the cat in bed? She put it on her pillow. What do you mean? The cat is on the bed. Saturday morning. My original plan was to open the store, but that won't be happening now. Mainly because we need to show Diana around modern-day Tokyo. Lethe is still recuperating on a cushion and I've made sure there's plenty of water and food nearby. I'd rather not leave it alone, but it seems more concerned with us and Diana than itself. It's not the first time we've had to show someone who doesn't much about the world around.
しかしソフィアの時は彼女に目的があったけれど今回はどこにしようか
Listen, if Diana wants to go to a maid cafe, I'm gonna scream.
ダイアナどこか
She
へ
wants
行き
a
たいと
slice
こ
of
ろは
life
ある
for
か
the episode, and we're going to give it to her.
地下鉄というものに
The
乗って
subway
みた
may
いです。
tickle my fancy. I'm gonna fucking come. Bruh.
地下鉄って
そうか東京に地下鉄ができたのは
Oh, history
現在
lesson.
の銀座線の一部にあたる浅草上野間が開通した1927年だったね
That is a few years ago. A filler episode of visual novel peak gaming. Yeah, right before, I don't know, probably finally the end. Not that I don't enjoy it, but we keep getting revelations, but still no ending. According to her diary, Diana died somewhere around 1910. It makes sense that she'd find mystique in things we take for granted. She seemed pretty amazed by everything when we met up here, now that I think about it. The automatic gates, vending machines, number of trains, and even the building itself. Her ability to buy tickets and make her way around town must be due to being in Naomi's
地下
body.
鉄に乗るなら浅草の方でも見る
Sky tree,
ス
sky
カイツリ
tree.
ーとか当時なかったものもあるし
そうなると東京タワーも1958年に完成したものだどちらも展望台があ
I
る
mean,
し
we already have a
現在の
CG,
東京を
several
俯瞰して
CGs
一
for
望す
Tokyo
るには
Tower, but also
最適か
an
もしれない
inside CG for Tokyo Tower, so let's go there, yes.
東京タワーか
If it's,
でも
I mean,
美
it is
晴の
open,
言う
right?
通りだね
All that stuff with you was reversed. I don't have particularly fond memories of that place thanks to what happened last month. Not like use attack on it even happened in this world. Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
ありがとうございます。
Yeah, they always go to Tokyo Tower.
お任せいたします。実は私、こうして踏むはずのなかった地面を歩いている
Her way of talking is horrible. She flashes us a lovely carefree smile. She's a Naomi's buddy, but I'm reminded more of Parker. I'm sure she'd be able to smile like this as well if you erased that malicious side to her. Saves development money, but a terrible reason to choose holiday visits. After we wrap up the Asakusa tour, we make our way to Tokyo Tower. Both areas are packed, of course. The Sky Tree and Sensoji Temple were our main destinations, Asakusa. We stopped by a local market to grab some melon bread too.
私がもっと小さい頃に凱旋門が建てられていたことを思い出しましたわ。
Her statement strikes me as odd at first. The Kaminani-mon was built in the Heian period, from what I remember. I looked into it later though. Turns out it burned down in 1865, and then they spent some time after that building a new one. Mihara wasn't aware of this either, but then Diana surprises us even more by telling us the arc was built toward the end of the Russo-Japanese War. Oh, I skipped something, sorry. I don't know if Naomi knows all this or not, but it feels like something worth telling her when she's back.
スカイツリーに比べると低く感じますわね。
Well, how does Mika not absolutely lose her mind up here? That is a very good question. Diana makes her opinion clear while looking down at the city from the observatory. While I agree that doing things in a reverse order would have been better, I'm not sure how to feel about being told that after paying the hefty entrance fee.
けれど、君の知識にもあるはずだろ。
Why are we talking about World War?
この東京は焼け野原だった。
Japanese history factoids. I mean, actually, this is like the first time this really comes up.
僕も資料写真でしか知らないけれど、きっと焼け野原から立ち上がった真っ
But
赤な塔は
them dropping World War II, I'm gonna be real honest, I didn't expect that. Not really the first thought I would have with a bunch of girls going to the Tokyo Tower.
戦争。そうですわね。私は過去の選定の詳細を知りません。
Yeah, we didn't have that many history factoids before.
その時期に選定は多く
Like most wars, this person originally died in 1925 during the Meiji period. They don't even explain what the Meiji period is, they just say it's then.
選定で生き残ることが
Oh
で
wait,
きても
yeah, she died in 1910.
兵士として同じ戦地に居合わせるだけでも因果は発生いたしますから。
Diana's eyes narrow as she stares out the window. We're currently participating in a 12th divine selection. The fact that we've reached that number despite it only being 100-ish years since Diana's death is normal. That make one divine selection every 10 years. Discomforting as it is, it makes sense if what she said is true.
決して見慣れてはいけないのかもしれませんね。
Only Japanese people play this game. Nah.
無数の人々が
This one an emperor doesn't know about Japanese democracy. Huh? Cities aren't born out of thin air. Diana's soft tone reminds us of that. Our final destination for the day is the National Park in Shinjuku.
運命の終着点ですわね。
Why?
私にとっては始まりの場所でもあるんだけどね。
僕にとっても
Japanese government get Americanized after the Second World War. I don't know. Diana was English, not Japanese. Yeah. Wait, what? She was? I thought her mother was English? I thought the great-great-grandma was already only mixed. Because Rinka is like a 16. Oh, okay, I guess okay. Rinka is like 1/8. Oh, okay. I thought there was someone before that is. I remember her being English. Yes, I do.
その記憶はナオミ様の記憶にはございませんね。
I tilt my head in confusion, to which Diana responds with a sigh.
ここの開園は1906年
Wow, that is a long time for one park.
いいえ、この場は
You're a common citizen and you speak like this? Jesus
我々に
Christ.
来られる場所ではございませんでしたもの。ですから実はこの中に入ることができて感 感動していますわ。日本庭園とイギリス庭園、フランス庭園、趣の違った景色はできることならば
Wait, but
季節ご
who
とに楽
was?
しみたかったですわね。
Hey, I thought her father was that clockmaker, no? And the clockmaker took a... No, the clock... Wait, huh? You know what? Fuck it, I'll just read. Saying that, she attempts to flip her hair out into the wind. She quickly realizes that Naomi's hair isn't long enough, leading her to place her hand behind her ear instead.
いけませんね。私は本来この時代に存在してはいけない
Hmm.
石
Oh no, I'm thinking about her Japanese way of speaking. Just accept it as this fun. Yeah, I'll just read. No thoughts had empty, just read. I take a moment to come up with a good
今
response.
ダイアナが存在していることは運命じゃない。
Just continue to make fun of the British. Okay. Neither say anything in turn. Can't blame them. No one can say that with certainty. The same might even apply for Letha and Parker. We spent a while walking around the park until closing time after that. Yay. My body makes sure to remind me just how much I've walked today when I get back to my room. It was a pretty busy day, all things considered. We took practically the same route as we did with Sonia, but that didn't make it any easier, especially with so many people around. Mihato's working tomorrow, which means I'll be taking Diana over there, obviously. I've been there with Naomi before, but never with Diana. Seems like she's taking an interest in the eccentric side of modern Japan's culture. You see, I knew it! I'd rather stay as far from there as possible, but I've got little choice now that she wants to go. No point in staying up any longer, so I set my alarm and get ready to sleep. As for Letha, it still doesn't look good. That is unfortunate. Maid cafe! Maid cafe! Having met up with Diana at Akihabara station, we make our way to the maid cafe. It's kind of amazing that someone from 100 years ago can even find their way to a station. The streets are as busy as expected. This used to be a pretty big pedestrian zone back in the day, but that ended after a certain tragic incident. Each and every person we pass has their own lives, their own stories. Diana reminds me of this fact, one that's easy to forget on our way.
お帰りなさいませ、お嬢様。いいかい君はもう
Rink and Diana about to go into a media store. Oh no.
頼んではいけないメニューでございますか？
No.
いや、本当に気にしないで。うん。周りの店員さんを
She's
見て
getting to sleep at work in the
そのあたり
morning.
は満足して
Okay. Good night. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you get a good rest. I'm not gonna be going for much longer either. I also need sleep. And we're not going to get any closer to the ending, I think.
わかりましたけれど。
There will be no repeats of what happened when I was here with Sonia, unless I go to a scene replay and look at the screenshot I took at the time. Never again will I subject myself to such an awkward situation. Well, I mean, what Mihara was doing was really cute, but everything afterwards was too much. I ordered coffee for myself and some hot chocolate for Diana. Maid cafes are, of course, all about the maids, and when you think of proper maids, England comes to mind. That leads me to ask Diana about something.
ダイアナの家にはメイドさんはいたの？
ええ、お父様は
おー
当時にしては裕福でしたし、私のお家は
Guillotine the bourgeoisie!
日本へ一緒に来た方もいれば、日本でお雇いした方もいらっしゃいました。ですが、ミハル様ほど派手な服装ではあ
Well,
りませんでしたわ。
that's obviously true.
何名かは私の死の直前に亡くなってしまいましたけれど。
I nodded in silent response, so the clockmaker was her father. Yeah, I think. There's no need to apologize for it, so instead I changed the subject.
そういえば、ダイアナは喋り方がナオミと随分違うけど、お家の人は大丈夫だったの？
ええ、お家ではナオミ様の真似をしていますもの。
Her response is so out of left field that I'm left staring at her in surprise. She seems to have been hoping for as much, judging by her mischievous giggle.
けれど、口調を真似するのは疲れてしまいますわ。
I mean, I don't mind. I
今は
guess.
自然体でいさせてください。
まあ別にいいけど。
I'd rather she do that. I can only imagine how weird it'd be to hear her talk like Naomi despite the huge personality gap. I mean, it's weird enough already.
お待たせいたしました。
Miharu clearly in work mode brings us our order. After thanking her, we stick around until her shift's over. I like that we can always like stick around until the shift is over.
とっても満喫しましたわ。
Which I don't know. I just don't think you could normally do that. Wouldn't they throw you out at some point? Like there's other people who also want to get into the cafe at some point. Diana breathes a sigh of joy once back at the station. We make our way to Ueno once Miharu gets off work, mainly to go to the Zoo and National Museum there. The only issue is that we started in the afternoon, which means we have to rush. Diana seems satisfied though. At the same time, this is likely to be her final experience in the modern day.
もういいのかい？
Miharu
頑張
would
れ
be
ば
responsible
も
for
う一
throwing
箇所
up.
くらいは見ることができる。
Nah, I remember one time I stayed in an all-you-can-eat sushi kind of thingy. And they threw us out after 3 hours. I was like, why? Well... Apparently, I guess we were eating too much, but like, it's all you can eat. What do you mean? It's all you can eat and they don't have a limit anywhere. So why throw us out? Just regularly order the cheapest drink and sip it slowly.
いいえ、これくらいがちょうどいいのですわ。
No, I mean,
運命
I
に
guess
逆
they
行す
want,
る
they
好
just
み
want
が
more
味わ
people
う幸せは
to also be able to
Already
go in there. But like, they weren't that full. So I still don't understand.
それより、ナオミ様をいろいろなところへ連れて行ってあげてください。
Aww.
そうですね。
わかった。ならそろそろ行こうか。
Silence ensues as we wait for the train to arrive. So, what's your regret going to be, little lady? Sunday night finally rears its head. Tonight marks the end of the final round of Divine Selection. Myself, Miharu, and Diana are all in house. Hey, Guardian, can you give me a heads up how much longer this part of the game is, if you remember? Like, do you think I can actually read until the end, or is there going to be like at least another hour of gameplay for this specific ending? We're sitting at the usual table.
とても楽しい時間を過ごすことができました。まずはお礼を申し
Because I don't
上
believe
げ
it's
ましょ
going
う
to end that easy. You need one more session. I mean, of course I need another. Just for this ending now, another session? Because then I'm gonna, I don't know, try to read like her regret, and then when we get to the room, to the selection, then I'll stop there.
ナオミもきっと
Wow, the table's
あなたが
empty for
楽
once.
しんでくれたなら
Woo!
嬉しく思っているはず。
はるかとは別のダイアナだと言っていたにもかかわらず、僕たちが夢の世
Well,
界
this
で
one is a little
出会
more
った
human.
君そのものだったよ。
あら、そうでしたかしら。
She giggles at first and holds a
そ
smile.
れでは最後のピースをはめましょう。
Hmm.
ちょっと待って。
I notice a certain cat limping towards us, looking much thinner than usual. It must have realized what's about to happen. I make my way over to it and pick it up, placing it under the table. What? Under the table? Yep, it's the ideal spot for Leather to sit.
この子も
I think I might be misunderstanding the
お話が聞
question.
きたかったんです。
I'm thinking, can I finish this specific ending today? Like with just a little going over time a little? Because I'm going to play all the other endings as well, so I need a full other session anyway. But yeah, I also think there's going to be a bunch more. So we're just gonna try and see her regret and then everything else next time. If we can't finish it today anyway. I think you need a separate session. The ending lasts a while. Okay. Diana bends down and pets it. A certain tenderness coats her expression as she does so. One Naomi has never shown before. I can only imagine that Diana would pet Leo like this when she were alive.
それではお お話ししましょう。
Wait, wouldn't the correct English be was alive when she was alive? Oh well. And thus commenced the curtain call on my fate. Midnight is mere moments of— oh, I don't actually get to hear it, and oh, god damn it. Miharu and Diana agreed to stay with me tonight. Let the guests join us too, of course. Also, we can see each other again in the morning.
ここにナオミ様が出てこられないのが残念ですわね。
代わりに明日の朝ここにいるのはあなたじゃないんでしょう。
Hmm.
ええ、私はすでに運命の幕を閉じた身。未練はあってももはや終着は
Yes, Duolingo, I know. Thank you very much for the reminder again.
しかし私のお姉様の子孫を見ることができて安心いたしました。私の最初の器になってしまったお姉様もきっと幸せな人生を過ごされたことでしょうから。
Huh?
きっと
She makes the same tender expression from before. We didn't spend much time together, but I've grown incredibly fond of her. Perhaps because she's in Naomi's body. Parting ways hurts, but I'll never forget her.
女神の選定が始まった時はまさかこんな夜が来るとは思ってもみなかった。
I don't think anyone who started playing this game would have expected
自
all
分
of
が生き
this.
残ることだけを考えていて運命の大広間で君と出会った時
At
に
this
は
point, it feels like
凛花が
all
生
of
き
the
残る
game
ことだけを考
before
えていた。
was like an entirely separate thing. Because now it's about this really long ago thing that happened with Diana. Like, none of the other participants matter at this point, right? They had their stories and stuff, but they're not important right now. Just 3 girls having giggles, we can end the cat.
白状すると僕は君から告白
Thinking
の
about
返事を
ways
聞けた
to
なら
not
ば
die.
凛花に指名されようと思っていた。
Oh.
分かってるよ。
けれど今は違う。もちろん凛花から告白の返事を聞くためだけではない。ただ生きたいと願うことがこんなに尊いことと知った
Character development. Mia's statement makes me see her in a whole different light. I give her a tiny nod after basking in the radiance of a smile for a moment.
私もこの選定でいろんな思いを知った。
That's true. That's true.
これまでの人生でそれは考えられないことだった。私の世界はちっぽけで、ライオン館と学校、ミハルとマオとナオミとおばあちゃん。でも今は違う。世界は広いってことをちょっとだけ知ることができた。
That's nice.
そして何より私は獅子舞凛花だって。
I still think
Shiro
all of your hair should turn blonde just for a second, simply because I want to see it. I see myself as something of an unstable existence, to the point where I'm worried I might just disappear altogether if I'm not with someone. But even so, I want to live. I know I'm not alone, that's why I want to live. I want to keep on living, keep on experiencing precious moments in my daily life together with those I know. Nothing lets out a meat groan. It's stretching its front legs in the air despite its current state.
ありがとう。
応援してくださっているのですね。
私たちも何かしよう。
では手をつなごう。
Different hair color for the different ending. Sold hands. Miharu grabs my hand before I can answer. I grab Naomi's in response, and she in turn grabs Miharu's.
私は体が一つですけれど、二人分でございます。
That's nice.
ああ、そうだね。
We lie down and form a circle before closing our
Ja.
eyes.
また明日。
We don't need to do anything fancy or cool. All we have to do is believe. Sleep eventually takes us, our hands still joined. Are you all sleeping on the ground right now? There it is! Woo! I glance around the curtain of fate. Haha, you all have to suffer that cliffhanger with me. You all have to suffer this cliffhanger with me now. Woo! Hey, 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 you don't suffer. Yeah, you don't suffer. Is there a way to watch the opening again, by the way? If I press start, do I get to see the opening again? I want to know something. Did the opening play at the start, or was there something else happening? All of this happened. What happens if I skip this? No opening? Might be in extras. I can't click extras yet. It's still grayed out because I haven't reached a single ending. Suji didn't know this. Suji was like, oh, so much happening. What do you want me to do? Hold up. I want to see something. Ah! God fucking... Just a sec. I need to know something. Fateful 12 opening. Opening video. There it is. How do I do this? No, don't just start playing. I want to show you guys something. Hold up. Where is it? I was in the game, but you need to skip for a while to get it. Oh, okay. It's okay. I found it. I found it on YouTube. I just want to see something for a second. I just need to close the game itself. I hope that isn't too loud or anything. I just want to see something. It's been so long since we've seen the opening. Wait, it actually has all the names. No, it doesn't have all the names in the opening. Wait, what? So, hold up. Hold up. Oh no, that's just the lady from the parade. Never mind. This is the parade CG. I was like, who is this lady in the background? I know you guys can see my cursor, but who's the lady in the background? Ooh, thought I found a secret there. It's just the lady from the parade. Ah, wait, we've seen those CGs now. We've seen that. Oh no, she's crying on that one. This we haven't seen. That is something we have not seen. If it's even in the game. In the game we had subtitles though. Okay. Okay, no, there's nothing. Okay. Okay, there's nothing in there. Nothing else in there. Ah, yes. YouTube recommendations. Love that. Love your YouTube recommendations. No, I don't have a lot of tabs open. What are you talking about? Wait, let's see if this works out. Just a sec. Boom! There we go. Family leaving the 12 was chosen for the funny clock face. Maybe. 12 is nice. But yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. There is still a lot more this game has to offer. So we're going to play it on Wednesday, and I'm not even sure if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in 3 hours on Wednesday if we want to see all the endings. 'Cause I don't know if we can make it in I didn't see reckless tab usage. Oh, don't worry. That's not all of them. That's just Chrome. I don't usually use Chrome. You don't have all the tabs open at once? No. Also, that's Chrome. I don't usually use Chrome. I usually use Opera, and I have 4 different windows open in Opera. Each one of those windows containing... You don't... what do you mean watch later playlist? Oh, my watch later playlist consists of 1,200 videos. I think at this point. Is that not how you use your watch later playlist? By putting stuff in there and never actually watching it? That's what I usually do. Oh yeah, that is it. Why are you like this? Hey. You love me like this, don't you? I'm doing the best I can. New stream format, watching the playlist. Oh god, no. I'm the type of person who has backlogs on everything. On video games I want to play, on videos I want to watch, on books I have to read. It's horrible, really. I don't know why I'm like this either. Oh, hell yeah. Yo, who do we go to raid now? Evening. Ah, I see someone playing Zero Escape 999. But if I don't know how far that person is. And I want to play those games as well. Thanks for the stream, by the way. Absolutely, anytime. I say this game is going to stay with us a little more anyway. Somebody crossed the raid. Yeah, true. Hold up. What was the name here? I wrote it down somewhere. There it is. Who is this person we're supposed to raid? Oh, thank you for the pets. Oh, the person we were asked to raid earlier is playing Okami. Nice. That sounds like a great plan. You know what? That actually sounds like a great plan. Why not? Who is this here? Office lady, English VTuber. Jenna, tired office lady with a 9-5 job that likes to play video games to escape the woes of capitalist society. Oh, that sounds fun. Now I need to go. Looks like the bot has a small timer, maybe like 1 second or 2 seconds. Oh, you know what? I think I am... That sounds like a good idea. Okami HD. We know Okami. We enjoyed Okami. Why not raid someone who's playing Okami right now? Yep. That sounds like a plan. Well, yeah. This is a stream that ends almost right on time. For once. Which means I still have time to finish my herbs dailies before I have to go to sleep. Haha! Well, yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. It's been fun once again, as it always is. Here's who we are going to raid. I don't actually know them, but I figure someone who's recommended here is always fun. So thank you so much for coming. I need to switch to this screen, and then I will fuck everything up because I always do that. No, thank you so much for coming. I wish you all a very good night. Less herbs, more bad luck. Yeah, I'm doing that soon. Thank you so much for coming. I wish you all a very good night. I will post schedule in a few seconds, minutes, whatever. See you all on Wednesday. A very good night and bye bye.